FYF Sports, man, we back. Another video here. And we got our drawing for the PS5. Y'all see it right here, only a few names. Some of y'all missed the giveaway. I told y'all we was opening it back up. Somebody's going to win a PS5 today. We're going to do that drawing. We just seen them just dropped. This batch right here, whoever gets this one, you're going to have to get one off the second batch because Comerica Dropshipping just informed me that there's a delay on theirs, but either way, you still will secure one in the bag. All right, so, hey, make sure y'all stick around. I might do the drawing early. As soon as we get to probably about 200-300 people, I might just go ahead and get the drawing out the way early. Oh, yeah, BJ, yeah, Michael Jordan, they going to hate this stream. Y'all saw my video on Rodman earlier. That's why I'm doing this video. Just the hate, the disrespect for Rodman. Like I said, I'm not even, if you really think about it, I'm not even the one that's hating on the 90s. I'm not even the one that's doing it. When you got idiots out there that will really go to the lengths of saying that Rodman couldn't play defense, and Mingle Jester, I saw you in the comments when you were saying that, oh, he's talking about the Bulls. No, he wasn't. He was not just talking about the Bulls, because, and even if he was in 1996, Dennis Rodman was first team all defense. So what year with the Bulls are you talking about? Or are you talking about the 97 and 98 years when he was 37 and 38 years old? Of course, your defense is going to look a little different when you're 37 and 38 years old. All right. It's just sad, y'all. It's just sad the links that people go to elevate Jordan. Hey, man, y'all don't gotta convince us. We already know that Jordan is the GOAT. Y'all don't have to make him the GOAT of all GOATs. He's just the GOAT. All right, but we're gonna break down why this Bulls team was a super team. I'm gonna let y'all get in here. Make sure as y'all come in, GOAT Mike, I see you. See, GOAT Mike, you missed out. You could have been in the PS5 drawing if you'd have watched the whole video and got your entry in. Yeah, the JDRs, they something else. I think what I think it is I think they just think they know so much about basketball when they really don't. It's funny when you hear people say, "Oh, you didn't watch those games." Hey, man, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing about that 90s era. They wasn't watching them games either. All right, it was very few people who had satellite TV in the 90s, and that was usually the people who had money. And there's a lot of people who wasn't watching. You was really only watching the games in your local area. All right. If you was in Chicago, you was watching WGN. You was watching Bulls games maybe once or twice a week. Same thing in Indiana. You was watching Channel 4, watching Pacer games once or twice a week. You did not see all these teams play. Everything that you saw, you read. Most of the things that you saw, you read. And then when ESPN got popularized and you started getting cable, towards the mid to late 90s, then you guys started falling in love with highlights. Y'all were the first ones to fall in love with ESPN highlights. This is why you only talk about points per game. This is why you guys go to the lengths of saying that Dennis Rodman couldn't play defense. Yeah, T-Town Cruz, I know you watch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. If you watched a lot of WGN, you will be an expert on the Bulls. You're not going to be an expert on all other teams. Salute, Mingle Jester. Mingo Jester, we got what was you talking about in the comments? Ticket was right. Ticket was wrong. Dennis Rodman could play defense. He was first team all defense with the Bulls. There was no need to show that. He was arguably finals MVP in 1996. What year are you referring to where Rodman was not a good defensive player? Pippen was a superstar in the 90s. Pippen was a superstar in the 90s. The Bulls had the first super team. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care who put it together. And at the end of the day, Jordan did have a say-so on the players that were on that roster. The Bulls went to Jordan and asked him specifically about Dennis Rodman. He said yes. One of the reasons why he wanted Rodman on that team is because of how Rodman defended him when Rodman was on the Pistons. He knew Rodman was elite defensively. They needed that guy. On top of the fact the man was the leading rebounder in the league every single year. So he was going to get every single rebound. Yeah, you can say that, but he was still first team all defense at 37 years old. So, If you're gonna say he wasn't really first team all defense in 1996, then what are you saying about the other four guys on that first team all defensive team? They must be trash too. We talking about Tony Kukoc, Phil Jackson. Tony Kukoc, 6th man of the year. Phil Jackson, coach of the year. Steve Kerr, best 3-point shooter in the league. Scottie Pippen, best wing defender in the league. Top playmaker in the league. If he wasn't that good of a defender with the Bulls, then how did he get on first team all defense? Please explain that to me, Mingo Jester. And I don't want to hear none of that stuff about media bias. He was first team all defense with the Bulls. Please explain that. Oh, yeah, 72-10. Yeah, they went 72-10 because they were the greatest defensive team of all time. That was probably one of the best defensive performances we saw. That team was great. That team was great. It's a little slow today. We're going to wait till we get about 200 people in here, and then we're really going to start chopping it up. Hey, JDR. Hey, everyone is welcome on this channel. We don't block anybody. We don't try to filter anybody. We don't try to hide anybody. Anybody is welcome on this channel, no matter who you are. If you got something to say, you are welcome to come on the live chat when we drop the link and to speak your piece. That's how we do here. So again, everybody is welcome. I don't care if you're a Bulls fan. I don't care if you're a Jordan fan. I don't care if you're a LeBron fan. And you get no hate for how you feel. We might disagree. Like I said, me and Mingo Jester, we probably disagree on 99% of the things basketball related. I respect him though. He shows up every day. He supports. That's what it's about right there. And he's welcome to come in the panel anytime. Jordan had the first super team, y'all. Michael Jordan, and the Chicago Bulls created the first super team. I don't want to hear that stuff about the organization creating it or doing it through the draft. At the end of the day, they had the first super team. All right, they went and got the best player out of Europe. They went and got the best player out of Australia. They went and got the best 3-point shooter in the league. I mean, the best coach in the league. I don't know how is this not a super team? Everything about that team was super. Everybody was elite at something. If we're speaking strictly defense, what? Their defense was elite. Defense was elite, primarily because of Scottie Pippen, guys like Ron Harper, Horace Grant on those teams. Like, those guys don't get much credit, all right? You know, even if you go back and you look at guys like Scott Williams, Bill Cartwright, those guys were elite defensively, all right? I know you guys only watch the highlights, ESPN, and so you might have missed out on how they rotated on defense or some of their defensive schematics, but they were elite defensively. This is why they won championships. This is what super teams do. And you know what super teams also do? Super teams also make it easier for you to do your role. That's what it does. So it elevates everybody. There was no such thing as Jordan making Pippen better. Jordan had a below 500 record in the NBA until Pippen got there. I'm going to tell y'all again, Jordan had a below 500 record in the NBA until Scottie Pippen joined that team. That's when they started winning. All right, everybody needs help. So at the end of the day, as Jordan stated during Pippen's jersey retirement, he said Pippen made him better. That's what happened. And Pippen did make him better because they went from a losing team that was barely scraping their way into the playoffs to a winning team that was getting into the Eastern Conference Finals. And it took them a few years to get to the finals, but they were contenders. So let's stop that narrative. Let's go. If you haven't seen Pippen's jersey retirement, why don't you go watch that and listen to what Jordan said out of his own mouth? Since you guys, if you want to go back and you really want to start quoting people, let's go quote it factually. Jordan said out of his own mouth, Scottie Pippen made him better. All right. And if you want to talk about the 7 points per game that he averaged his first year, well, that was very common in that time. In that time, unless you were a top 3 pick, you were probably going to be coming off the bench, regardless of how good you were. All right. And Pippen had to learn through fire. But he was always going to be going to be groomed to be that guy right next to Michael Jordan. And when he got his opportunity, he showed out. Same with Horace Grant. Yes, you need a great team to win. I don't get why people don't understand it. It's not, is it? Hey, y'all, this is not, it's not a bad thing to say that Jordan had a super team. There's nothing wrong with super teams. Magic had one. We don't hold it against Magic. Larry Bird had one. We don't hold it against Bird. Bill Russell had one. We don't hold it against Bill Russell. Jordan had one. We shouldn't hold it against Jordan, or we shouldn't try to fake and diminish everybody he played with just to make it sound as if he did it by himself. LeBron had one to a certain degree. Steph Curry and the Wizards had one. That's perfectly fine, y'all. Super teams, there's nothing wrong with super teams. That's just an indication of a great organization. Great organizations put together super teams. That's great. That's just called being a good organization. Bad organizations don't get better. Like the Knicks, all right? Like the Bulls as of now. All right? We're looking at teams like the Sacramento Kings. These teams don't want to spend money. We're looking at the Bucks. They don't want to spend any money to put anybody around Giannis. Giannis will probably be on his way out the door if they can't win because they wasted so many years. That's what losing teams do. They don't get better. I want to see super teams. I want to see the David and Goliath matchup. Some of the best games that I've seen are between the Davids and the Goliaths. I don't want to see this equal. I want to see David try to chop down Goliath. That's what I want to see. Them are the best games. Them are the best games. I say LeBron had a super team to a certain degree because I never considered Chris Bosh a super player in Toronto. I never considered. Yes, he put up. I'm not even gonna say big numbers. He put up good numbers on a at best an average team. They were, for the most part, they were below average. For the most part, they were below average. And when LeBron went to Miami, D Wade had came off of 3 seasons where they were not very good. Yes, he won a championship. After that championship season, he spent 3 years barely being average in Miami. So again, we probably, one championship is good, but he wasn't very good when LeBron got over there. There's like people try to say Chris Bosh was that dude. Okay, look at the numbers all you want. He would have been the next Chris Webber. That's what he would have been. A guy that put up numbers, a guy that got hurt and was average. Is Booker. Are you referring to Devin Booker? Is Booker a super player? No, Booker is not super yet. He has potential. He's not super anything yet. He plays at an all-star level right now. He needs to do a little bit more to elevate himself. All right. And again, these are things that the coaches and everybody talk to him about. He has to do more. He has to be better. He has to be more accountable. And he has to be a better leader. No qualms about it. How am I downgrading Bosh? I'm just telling the truth about Bosh. I'm telling the truth about Bosh. He was on a Toronto team that was not very good. They did not win anything. Chris Bosh didn't know how to lead or push a team through the playoffs. What can somebody tell me? When did Chris Bosh persevere through the playoffs like Dirk Nowitzki did? When did he show us he could do that? He never showed us that. So why you guys classify? The only reason why I think you guys can classify him as a superstar is to say that LeBron played with another superstar, or you just don't really understand basketball. Chris Bosh was not a superstar. He was a good player. He played at an all-star level sometimes, but he was not a superstar when he joined that team. He was just a good player. Yes, you're right. Without Bosh, they're probably not winning. But it takes pieces. But Bosh was a good piece to that team. But I'm not going to say he was a superstar piece to that team. Bosh was a very good piece. One of the best things about his game is he was very adaptable. He went from being a volume scorer in Toronto to being a limited scorer that needed to play defense. In Miami. That's just called being a good basketball player, having that type of versatility in your game where you can accept a lesser role for the betterment of the team. That's basketball. What does Chris Bosh look like trying to go out and score 30 points a game and you got D Wade and LeBron James on your team? That's stupid. That's not basketball. Which is another argument, as you know, that's another reason why you want to debunk anybody who has the nerve to say that Jordan would try or could score 40 points in this particular era. Could he? Probably. There are a lot of players that could go out and try and successfully score 40 points a game, and that team is not going to be very good. The one thing Jordan was a winner. Phil Jackson helped teach him how to be a winner. And one of the things that made Michael Jordan a winner was he sacrificed for the betterment of the team, as opposed to going out trying to score 35, 40 points a game like he did early in his career. He sacrificed. He allowed guys to do their jobs. And you can do that when you have a super team. See, teams couldn't recklessly double down on Jordan every play because you have a Scottie Pippen out there. You got elite shooters out there. You got guys who also can make plays. Hill, I said he played at an all-star level in Toronto. All right, but let's not make him out to be a superstar. All right, because there are a lot of teams that Chris Bosh could have joined, and those teams wouldn't have won championships. All right. There's a reason why when players join LeBron's team that they find a way to either get to the finals or win championships. Kyrie won championships. Kevin Love won championships with LeBron. AD won championships with LeBron. Those guys individually couldn't even get to the conference finals. We see the struggle when you have Kyrie calling LeBron up to apologize about being a leader and how difficult it is. Well, again, it's because it's hard being the top dog. And it's much easier when you're second fiddle to a guy like LeBron James, and he can take the brunt of a lot of the criticism that comes their way. Thank you, CA34 Star. That's just being honest about Chris Bosh's game. That's not diminishing him. Now, when we talk about a guy like Scottie Pippen proved himself to be a superstar of the 90s. He proved himself. And I don't want to hear that crazy talk about. I don't want to hear that crazy talk about he couldn't lead the Bulls to a championship. You got to think he had a year and a half by himself with the Bulls, unlike some of these other teams who had 9 and 10 years to try to get their team there just once or twice. All right. Pippen had a year and a half by himself. We don't know what moves. If Jordan doesn't come back, we don't know what moves that Bulls organization makes to make that roster better. All right. So Pippen can lead that team. So we don't know what Pippen could have done. And by the time he went to Houston and to the Blazers, he was dealing with back injuries that really had hampered his career. For players in the 80s and the 90s, your career span was about 12 years. All right. Players didn't take care of their bodies for longevity. There were a few players that kind of hung on, but normally in the 80s and 90s, by year 10, 11, and 12, there was a sharp decline in their game. There was a sharp decline. We saw it with Akeem. We saw it with Dennis Rodman. We saw it with Scottie Pippen. We saw it with Barkley. We saw it with David Robinson. When you get to those 10 to 11 years in that era, because of the science and technology that they didn't have, guys were dropping off. Guys were dropping off. So it didn't surprise me when Pippen left the Bulls that there was a sharp decline in his game. And the Houston Rockets tried to put together a super team. It just didn't work out. That's why I say you have to go out and get the job done. Pippen better than AD is funny. Yeah, well, Pippen's not better than AD as a player. Pippen's a better winner, though. Pippen's a better winner individually, as an individual player. That's what I would have to say. AD is more skilled at skill for skill. AD's more skilled. But Pippen, again, one thing you have to calculate in is your will to be able to win, your will to be able to accept a lesser role. Now, AD is on his way. AD is on his way to being a great winner. All right, playing with LeBron. If they can haul off another 1 or 2 championships, yes. I give it to AD. But as of right now, these guys are still playing. I'm not going to judge him completely while he's still playing. Scottie would have got to the finals without Jordan. I mean, you can say that. I'm never the one to blame refs for calls. There's too much that happens in a basketball game to blame a ref for a call, to blame a ref for a lost game. All right, refs can control 1, 2, maybe 3 plays, right? But players control the whole game. All right, because I can always look back on video. I can look at a time where a player didn't play defense, or he missed an assignment, or he didn't communicate. All of those things lead to losses, not refs. All right, so let's stop blaming refs. Again, that's something that's called a lazy argument. When you don't know basketball, you say refs. When you don't know basketball, you say stat padding. When you don't know basketball, you start saying conspiracy theories. That's what happens when you don't know basketball. Players lose games. Refs don't lose you games. I've played games where the refs called 0 fouls for our team. Didn't give us not a call, and we still won by 20. That don't mean nothing. Players win games. Not old ass Shaq and Antoine Jameson. Yeah, what we talking about today? What's up, Nick T? Yeah, Lamont, was it Cavs a super team? Which Cavs team? I mean, you talking about the team with Kyrie and Kevin Love? Um, Only reason I say they were, I say they evolved into a super team. Once Kyrie figured it out, I think, and started to really accept his role as that second guy behind LeBron, they evolved into a super team. I don't think going into it, they were a super team. It took time for them to learn. It took time for them to figure it out. All right. A lot of people a lot of people fail to realize that the Bulls, even with Scottie Pippen, had their growing pains. All right. When Pippen got drafted, remember, Pippen was there in the late 80s. They had to go through some growing pains. They went through some years of learning. The Pistons had to beat them down a few times before they said, okay, this is how you win. We got to come back. We got to get better at this. And they went back to the drawing board. They came back in 1991 and they did it. They didn't just put that talent together and in 1 year they were just champions. No, it took time. The only place where we saw that instant impact was with Shaq and Kobe when Phil Jackson joined that team, and he instantly made them champions. No, I wouldn't say 2000 was his best roster. I would say when he was with the Miami Heat. And when he was with the Miami Heat, I forgot what year that was. I want to say 2014. I think that was LeBron James' best team ever, if I'm correct on the years. But I know it was one of those Miami Heat teams that was his best team ever. Jordan didn't have a super team. All right, you can say that. You can say so. You say Dennis Rodman's not that great. He's a Hall of Famer. 1, he's the greatest rebounder all time. 2, he was arguably the greatest defender of the 90s. 3, that's super. Pippen, greatest wing defender in the league. All right, took the hardest assignments. Great playmaker. All right, come on, man, don't take that away from Pippen. Pippen in the 90s, and I'm just waiting for 90s fans to admit this. And again, if you want, I can share my screen. What I can do is I can pull up every list ranking players from the 90s, and every list that I go to will have Pippen in the top 5. Pippen was a superstar in the 90s. Don't take that away from him. Just because he didn't score 1,000 points like you guys wanted to see doesn't mean he wasn't a superstar. He did it in a different way. All right. And whenever Jordan was having a bad game, that's when Pippen stepped up and he was the highest scorer. He did it in the finals. He did it in regular games. What do you think people saying effort alone? No, effort alone does not make you a great defender. That's one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. If that's the case, then Russell Westbrook will be the greatest defender of all time. He plays with maximum effort. He plays with max effort. No, it takes intelligence. It takes timing. It takes anticipation. It takes hand-eye coordination. It takes communication. All right, takes all of that. You got to know how to play angles. You got to know player tendencies. You got to know all of that. All right, that means you got to study the game. To be a great defender, number one, it starts off the court. It starts off the court. This is why coaches have you look at video. We're watching video because you want to learn tendencies. Oh, he likes to cross over to his left a lot. All right, so now I know that's coming. Oh, he likes to pull up. He likes to pull up at the nail a lot. All right, so now I'm gonna take the nail away. Oh, he likes these corner threes. All right, I'm gonna crowd him when he gets up into the corner. That's called understanding tendency. So a lot of players don't dedicate themselves to the film room to get better defensively. Rodman was one of those guys, and a lot of people didn't know that. He studied the game. You have to study the game to be a great defender. All right. If you look at guys like Draymond Green, he's not a great defender in this league because he just goes out there and plays hard. That's silly. But playing hard and giving effort on defense matters, but it's not all that matters. Being a good defender takes skill. It's a skill that you have to develop. All right, we're gonna go ahead. I see. Oh, we got 300 people in here. I'm gonna drop the link, man. We're gonna chop it up. But man, the Bulls were a super team. It's time to stop disrespecting and salute Elder for jumping in here. It's time to stop. It's time to stop acting as if super teams are a bad thing. Saying Jordan played on a super team is not necessarily a bad team. Those players were super. All right. You can say Steve Kerr wasn't great at everything, but he was definitely the best three-point shooter in the league. All right. You can say Rodman wasn't a great scorer. He was definitely the best rebounder and one of the best defenders of the 90s. Same with Horace Grant. You can diminish them all you want. Those guys, you think Jordan's role on that team was to score. All those other guys didn't need to drop 30 to look, to be great. They just needed to do their role. And yeah, role. Jordan had a role. All right. Link is in the chat, y'all. Man, we just gonna chop it up on this. Because I really want to hear what y'all gotta say about this. What's good, Big Kev? Surprise 623er. Grain of salt. Salute. I haven't seen you in the panel, man. Hit that link if you haven't been in here. What's good, Bees? Jason Brown. I see you guys hopping in. Let's fill this panel up down here. All right. In about 10 minutes. If I forget, y'all remind me. We got some names here in this bowl. It's not a lot. But we got a few names in this bowl. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that drawing for the PS5 here in about 10 minutes. So if we get to cooking too hard, make sure y'all remind me in the chat so we can pull this name. This is why y'all need to watch all of the videos all the way through, because I give away gems at the end of the video. You can get your entry in. So now the 1 in 17 chance to get a PS5, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Hitman X, it's not me TV. Hey, like I said, I want y'all, when I let y'all in, we're going to go one at a time. All right, we're going to go one at a time. I want y'all to tell me y'all true thoughts on super teams and why you believe or don't believe Jordan had a super team. Because everything that I saw about that team was super. Pippen was a super. He was a superstar in the 90s. Rodman was a superstar in the 90s. How was he not a superstar? You know, I listen. I heard somebody on another channel say that Gary Payton. I heard somebody say that Gary Payton was a better defender than Hakeem Olajuwon. He was probably the next best defender behind Rodman. Yeah, I don't know if Gary Payton was a better defender than Pippen or even David Robinson. I mean, the stuff that I hear is crazy, but Gary Payton was great in his own right. He was great in his own right, but nobody could do what Dennis Rodman did, who can guard 1 through 5 and be great. B, man, what's good? Jason.
What up, Lamont?
What up, everybody?
Appreciate
What up, B?
We got a powerhouse panel today.
Strength and honor, man. Strength and honor. Bless you.
Hold on. Let me turn my volume up so I can hear you guys. So I have my volume down.
Hey,
all right,
what's good? What's good, Lamont?
What's good, man? Oh, we got a powerhouse panel today.
Hold up. Hold
on, Luke. We're gonna go in order because I just want everybody. I want to give everybody the floor for at least 30 seconds. I need to know exactly what y'all think about super teams. And if you believe Jordan played with a super team, and I want your criteria for a super team. But we're gonna start with Bees, man. Bees, what you got on this?
By today's standards, he did, but it's professional basketball, man. You get your 5, I get my 5. We play. End of story. The object of the game is to win. Period. And if the GM or players not trying to win, then they're not doing what they should be doing. That's the object of the game. Because if I came and said, well, I don't want to get this guy and this guy, I just want my money, we criticize them for that. I mean, I don't know. None of the teams are super. Get your players and play.
Facts. I mean, I like that. Look, Jason Brown, what you got on it?
Yeah, I got on that. I feel like three or four all-stars to me is a super team. But as a competitor, I really don't. I mean, like Bees was saying, just go out there and play. You know, you got guys trying to make excuses every time they lose, saying, "Oh, this team was better." Just go out there and play. You feel me? If you think you're the best, it don't matter who on the opposite team. Just go out there and compete.
I feel you on that. We're gonna go to C Hill. C Hill, what you got on this?
Hey, Lamont, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so to me, it's two different super teams. To me, I agree with the brother that just went. It's so if they all weren't drafted like the Celtics, see all those players, most of them was drafted to the Celtics, even though that's super team, because they all end up on the Hall of Fame, like Bill Russell Celtics, Larry Bird Celtics, the LA Lakers. Now super teams in this era, I agree with him. It's three or four perennial all-stars on the team. It's like Kevin Love, but he was a perennial all-star. Kyrie, perennial all-star. What we don't Hold on, y'all. I'm up here. I'm up here. I'm up here. Yeah, we are too. I was just about to say that too. Y'all jumping the line, bro. Y'all jumping the line. You right, man. Yeah, hey, excuse me. I'm up here getting some. But yeah, that's my definition, Lamar. So I think the 20 the Cavs was a super team, so was the Miami Heat. I don't understand why people won't admit that, but then you say the '96 Bulls was the last three-peat Bulls was a super team. So people get as good as Rodman was. If it wasn't for the Bulls picking him up, the league was done with him. He was a journeyman once he left the Pistons. People don't want to admit that. But
I don't think.
Hey, Lamar, hold on, I just had somebody
Yeah.
cut me in the line, bro. Let me handle this right quick. Go to somebody.
All right. We're gonna go to Elder next, but I wanted to say one thing about that. It wasn't because of Rodman's skill that teams didn't want him. It had nothing to do with skill. It had something to do with his off the court endeavors. It had nothing to do with his skill. He came right into the Bulls. He was the best rebounder in the league all 3 years he was with the Bulls. He was first team all defense in '96. So it had nothing to do with skill. It had everything to do with off the court. Hey, Elder, what you got on this?
Yeah, to answer the question, yes, super teams. I actually don't have an issue with super teams. I actually personally think that it's a little bit hypocritical when we have no issue with owners putting together a super team, but we have a problem when the players put together a super team. Again, I'm like what the older gentleman said, the other gentleman said before me. Man, you got 5 guys out there. Let's get after it. Your 5, my 5. Let's see who can win. And people saying that, that stacking the deck or whatever you call it, super teams, is making people not interested. I don't agree with that. People have a lot more to do today, and they have a lot more things that are distracting them. I mean, when you got people dying from diseases and airborne stuff, all this, they ain't finna just be focused on sports like they used to be. They just not. And people have so many more things to do today. And it takes away. Back in the day, you had more people looking at it. Why? What else you got to do? But now people have a lot of other things to do. And the internet is vast. You can watch it and see anything you want. But I have no problem when the players have this power to make super teams, opposed to the owners having the power to make super teams. To me, it doesn't make it organic just because the owners do it through the draft or through free agency. It doesn't make it organic to me, So that's why I just say, hey, look, would I do it? No, I am still from that old school mentality, and I played in that old school era. I didn't have no friends on the court. You know what I mean? Besides the guys that was rolling with me. None of my, you was my guy. You had on a different color jersey. You wasn't my guy while we were playing basketball, because I wanted to destroy you. I did. I wanted to destroy you. Now, after the game, hey, we cool. But inside them lines, you got to take this L, period. So I'm just not the type of person, even though I'm what you call old school, I'm not the type of person who's going to knock these guys for putting these teams together and going to the places they want to play and playing with the players they want to play with. I'm not going to knock them for it. That's just me.
I got you on that. We're going to go to True to King, man. What you got on it?
Yeah, like I said, I agree with everybody what they're saying, their perspectives. Yeah, I mean, a super team, like my definition of a super team is basically you have the talent and then there's the winning. You know what I mean? Like if you look at any dynasty, to me, it was a super team. I mean, it's simple as that. It ain't nothing. I mean, that's the game. That's what, like, you play the game in the day. Like, I don't care how you put it together, free agency, trades, or draft, or whatever the case may be. If you want to win at the highest level, you gotta have a quote unquote great / super team, whatever the case may be. So I mean, it don't matter how, like, it don't necessarily gotta be like, oh, you need these amount of Hall of Famers, or no. If the talent there, if you was dominant, like again, like people say, like Jordan didn't have a super team, but he won 72 games in the season. You don't win 70 games in the season not having a super team. It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, all the great teams you see that won multiple championships or just dominated, there was like just a real tough team to beat. It was super teams.
It's facts. We're gonna go to Lou. Lou. I know you wanted to touch on this. What you got on?
What is this? Come after my Bulls week?
You're not going after the Bulls.
Like now, every time my Bulls won a championship, they a super team now. Is that what y'all? Is that what you're saying, Lamont?
No, all I'm saying is, hold on. I'm saying that they are a super team, but there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're supposed to do as an organization: create a super team and win as much as you can. To me, that's doing your job to the max, and that's excellence at its finest. That's what you're supposed to do. Put everybody in the best position to win, get the best players at each position, and then go win and get better if you can. Nothing wrong with that. That's what you're supposed to do.
Because the way I've looked at it, if they was a super team, they would have won 70 games almost every time they won a championship and swept the NBA Finals. Because I thought, to me, the Bulls played in a great system, had a great perfect defense, had one of the best players in the league at that time, Michael Jordan, had one of the best defenders in the league, Scottie Pippen. Like when Rodman came to the Bulls in '96, I thought he didn't have nothing left in the tank, but he certainly did. So I thought, and plus Ron Harper was a lockdown defender too. I didn't look at that super team. I look at a team that was real well put together. He did their job when they needed to.
I give you that. I mean, like I said, it's not a negative. I think for somehow over the last couple of years, the word super team has been deemed as a negative connotation. It's negative to be deemed as a super team when it's actually it's a compliment.
To me, if Chicago was a super team, Jordan and Pippen would have got underpaid those early years in their career.
Well, hold on. Well, see, that's the finesse. See, the difference between how super teams were created back in the 90s, owners created them, but they will also finesse the players into signing terrible long-term deals. So they were stuck. They were stuck for the next 7-8 years. So now when the players have control, creating their own super teams, they're using their power now. The owners have to sign them because they want the championships, but the players are controlling it because they're saying, well, you're only going to have us for 1 or 2 years, and then we're going to re-up and reevaluate our options. You're not going to lock us into no 10-year contract for the rest of our career so you can slip up and stop doing your job, at any point in time. So it's just holding them accountable. That's what I think. Well, let's go to
Hey, Lamar, can I ask one question before I get off right quick? I just getting to the crib.
Yeah.
So let me follow you all the way through because I disagree with you that the Bulls was a super team, but I mean we just disagree. I know you know basketball, I know basketball. Yeah. My point. So I've heard you say that Dennis Rodman was a superstar in the 90s, correct?
Dennis Rodman?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I've also heard you say that super teams today are different than those in the 90s because Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan was a super team. I heard you say that before, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask this. Let me ask you this. Was David Robinson and Dennis Rodman a super team with the Spurs, Lamont?
The Spurs, to me, with the team that they had, even though they
by
did
the criteria you just stated.
The Spurs were a super team to me. Now, the fact that they didn't win championships. Hold on. The fact that when I say super team, it does not mean that you win a championship because John Stockton and Karl Malone didn't win one. Dennis Rodman, David Robinson, and those guys, they didn't win one until they got Tim Duncan. They ultimately won one. So what I'm saying is those guys, multiple all-stars on the team. If you look at that team, that San Antonio team was loaded. They just underperformed. That has nothing to do with the fact of what you are. All right, you got David Robinson and Dennis Rodman on the same team, along with Vinny Del Negro, Avery Johnson, Sean Elliott. What are you talking about? That's anybody would take that team.
No. I would
They
take the
did.
team. That's not the question.
They just didn't
I
get
asked
it
you, were
done.
they a super team?
A
Well,
super team does
me
not
and you
mean
just disagree
championship.
on this one, homie. Me and you
But I'm saying
because that Spurs team was not a super
because
team.
Miami was a super
Never, no
team
way.
the first year they got put together. They didn't win it all. Super team does not mean you win it all. It just means you
Lamar,
put
I said
together
nothing
a
about
great talent.
championships, though, Lamar. I didn't say anything about
But
championships.
what makes you think? What makes you think that Spurs team wasn't super?
Because that Lamar, that Spurs team in my eyes wasn't super because to me, I know Dennis Rodman was still a great defender. I'm not one of these players like I believe not Tim Duncan. Dennis Rodman is like probably top 3 defender of all time. But he was not the same once he left Detroit. I understand he made the first team defense. I do understand that. He played good, but he was not the same once he left Detroit.
In what way?
He was.
I want to know what was different. You know, obviously your best years are always going to be your earlier years. But in San Antonio, he always led the league in rebound, always took the toughest defensive assignments. What changed?
Lamar, if you go back and watch some of them games, Dennis Rodman lost a step, y'all, with the Bulls. He
was 37.
Right,
you lose a step when you're that old. That's the end of his career. You're not going to look the same as you were in the beginning of your career. But
he was still good enough to make the first team.
If you handpick a single year of his career, you can easily find down years where he didn't perform.
I'm not handpicking.
You look at his career in a totality. He was a great defender. He was one of the greatest defenders of all time.
Dennis Rodman wasn't a great. I would never say
with the Bulls, he was a great defender with the Bulls. He just wasn't as great of a defender because of his age.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying.
But he still was great. I mean, if you can make first team all defense,
team was great. Like homeboy said, even Ron Harper, who don't get enough shot. Ron Harper, man, if y'all go back and watch the Bulls and that press, man, that's the best press you will ever see in your life. All them guys could play D. Outside of Kukoc and Steve Kerr and Luke. Outside of those guys, even Luke Longley was big, and he was good as far as defense in the post at times. So I'm not gonna get on here and say Jordan didn't have this and Jordan. I don't agree that was a super team. Me and you disagree, but hey, Lamar, I'm gonna watch it from YouTube and I'm gonna jump back in, man, once I get settled.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. We're gonna go to
show love.
Yes, sir. We're gonna go to Hold on, Lou. Lou, did you finish your point?
Yeah, you can go to the next guy.
All right, we're gonna go to CA3 Sports Talk, and then we're gonna go to Goat Mike after that. Then we're gonna open it up.
Yeah, definitely. During the '90s, the Bulls were definitely a super team. Like if you compare them to other teams in the '90s, like super teams, like super team criteria in the '90s is completely different from what it was now. What it is now, I should say, because in the '90s, you know, there wasn't as much talent. Like there wasn't. You're not going to run into many teams that have 2 superstars on their team and another reliable third guy. That wasn't really that big of a thing in the '90s. You know, you had a couple of teams who had like a couple 2 to 3 all-stars. So, and the Bulls had that. They actually had 2 superstars. So they're definitely a super team during their time. But the criteria nowadays, you have to have at least 3. You have to have around 3 to 4 all-stars to be considered a super team nowadays. But back then, it wasn't really the criteria because there wasn't as many teams like that. So,
yeah.
So definitely. But if you look at the Bulls, that was definitely a super team. You look at Dennis Rodman. I mean, he went back-to-back defensive player of the years at a time, and was still the best rebounder in the league, and was still one of the best defenders in the league, and the most versatile defender of all time. And then you look at Scottie Pippen, superstar, the best wing defender in the league, best playmaker in the league. You look at Ron Harper, but before Ron Harper went to the Bulls, he was averaging 20 points per game for the Clippers, I think. So yeah, I mean, and he was a great defender as well. So that's definitely a super team. And he had a 6-man of the year in Tony Kukoc. So I mean, if that's not super team to you during that time, I don't know what is. Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely a super team. And I don't like when people just try to make super team look bad, like you said, because it's not a bad thing to choose where you want to go, or just having your front office build a great team. I don't see what's the problem with that. I mean, can somebody tell me what's the problem with that? I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I can.
Go ahead, Precise.
Well, the problem with super teams to me is like when you put a super team together that's forced, it's kind of like a disadvantage to the other teams. You know, like what KD did. Like, okay, so if if you just happen to become a super team like the Spurs did or like the Lakers did, then it's like you can't get mad at them for that because they, Kobe worked on his game, and then, with the coaching system of the Spurs, they built their players up. But what Durant did, it's like when he did that, why? It's like it doesn't give you a reason to watch the NBA, especially like a person like myself when I, love competition and stuff like that. And so
I
that's
just
just
okay.
my personal opinion on it.
So you believe that
I'm basically
when
saying
it's
when it's forced.
what is
When you
forced? That's what I was going to ask you. What do you mean by forced?
when you're already a great player and you join a great team like that. Like I didn't like what LeBron did at first, but I
That's not
understood
every
he had
super
to.
team though.
I I
But
understood he had to
but
do that
what is
though.
the attraction? Like I don't understand because I never understood this concept. What is the attraction of a great player wanting to join a bad team? Like what attracts great players are great teams and other great players.
I
Like
I
nobody,
agree with that.
especially in NBA that's driven by money. Like you don't look at a team and say, I want to go join the worst team in the league
Yeah.
because I want to know you what you're attracted to other great players and organizations. And that's what Kevin Durant saw in the Warriors. He saw a great style of play, a great organization, and knew that could work with his game. And it
I
did work.
I agree, but when most people join super teams, well, I'll say this: when KG did it, he didn't join the best team in the league, but he, made it into a super team. Golden State was an all time great team in my opinion until they lost the finals. They just ran through the league that year. And when he did that, it's like I don't know. I'm not saying super teams are bad. I'm just saying when it's done a certain way, it makes it
When
bad.
when LeBron joined the Miami Heat, were the Miami Heat a very good team?
Nope.
So why do people have a problem with him joining a team that wasn't very good?
It's because he was the best player in the world, and they felt like he should have. You know how it was back then. They felt like he should have carried the load with Cleveland and stuff like that. But it took me a while to agree with it. But I understand that one person is not going to be Rondo, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Gardner by themselves. That what kind of made me understand his decision. Because
Well,
because the Celtics, they started it. If the Celtics would have never did what they did, LeBron would have never went to the Heat.
yeah,
I
but
believe that.
the Celtics didn't start anything. That they just had a good GM that said, I'm going to actually go do my job and try to create a team that can win.
Well,
That's what a good GM does.
Well, not the Celtics, but I mean Garnett and the rest of them, Ray Allen.
Yeah, but
The
Danny Ainge had to
GM,
go get those
if
guys.
you a GM, of course, you got to get the best players. That's your job. I'm just talking about the players.
Can I use the example real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, when you're a college coach, right? You recruit 5-star players. You want to go out and get the best team possible, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference between that and a team coming together and players deciding to team up or a GM trading for a player? What's the
No
difference?
difference.
Cause nobody talks about,
Exactly.
nobody complain about college players teaming up.
Exactly.
Nobody complain
You
about
got
that.
It's
five.
no
You got
different.
you got 5 dudes in the starting lineup that's 5-star.
Hold up, True.
You
I
got
complain
Kentucky
about
every
that.
year.
I complain about all the players on forming super teams.
You got
But
Duke
that's
every
been,
year.
but Ludo, you've been had the top high school players teaming up for years now, though. That's nothing new.
It's not
Look
new.
at look at the Fat
Then,
Five.
No,
So
then
you
you know
can't.
how
I
those.
mean,
Ain't nobody complaining though. That's the thing.
but
So
it's like what I just
nobody.
said. It's like what I just said, y'all. Great talent gets attracted to great organizations and great
exactly.
teams. You want to go to Duke because it's a great program. You know they're going to win.
Right.
You know he's going to
No,
put great talent.
nobody
You know,
complain about our U.S. team in the Olympics. Nobody complain about our U.S. team. Why it's so
See,
souped up and that.
they
Nobody.
hypocrites. That's why.
Come on.
Nobody complained about Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett, and Zion Williamson teamed up with each other at Duke. But
Nobody complained
anyway,
about that team with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins and
I
Bledsoe.
did.
I mean,
We talking about in general. We talking about in general. Like nobody
in general,
complain about
nobody
that.
really complained about it.
Lou, do you propose that the NCAA should limit how many 5-star players a team should have?
I
Maybe
don't even
so.
say no to
Yeah.
that.
So hold on, Lou. So Louisville get 5 4-star recruits. You ain't gonna be happy about that.
Oh, Louisville's done that before. They've done that.
Exactly. Exactly. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's
We
just,
got the crew. Let me break it down. When they formed their 5-star recruit teams, they only made it up to the Sweet 16 because everybody didn't want to share the ball. Everybody wanted to try to do their own thing. When you don't work as a team, you ain't gonna win shit.
okay, I understand what you. Now I probably understand the point you trying to make in that type of, but in general though, it's just people try to pick and choose. But when it's the NBA, it's the problem, which is weird because it's like this is my whole thing. It don't matter what team you play on. If you're great and you doing what you're supposed to be doing, it is what it is. Like that's
I
some
agree with
like
that.
it is what it is at the end of the day.
Like, let me ask you something, True. Do you look at your Boston Celtics right now as a super team?
No.
Oh
As of
no,
right now, no.
they still
Because
competitive.
But I
They're
guarantee you
very, they're very,
they
yeah,
wouldn't mind getting another superstar on that roster. I bet
exactly,
you.
and it exactly because in the day it's like, as long as you perform it don't matter
like
what type of team you play.
you like I'm just saying, True. You had Kyrie Irving on that team with Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, and
That
those
wasn't a
guys.
super. That wasn't a super. It was a very good team. It wasn't a super team.
Them guys wasn't
Yeah, that
all
wasn't a
stars
super
yet
team.
though. Them guys wasn't all
It was a
stars yet.
very, it
So
was
that
a very
wasn't a
good
super
team.
team.
But that's my whole thing. I
Do
don't
you
mind
really
super.
want do you really want another superstar on that Boston Celtics team right now?
I wouldn't
No.
mind it. Listen. All I care about my team to win. I don't care. That's my whole thing. I don't if it's a
Yeah,
superstar or if it's role players to help the team win. Simple as that. That's how I look
Like
at
you
it.
don't want a chance
I'm
for
not disagreeing
Tatum
as a
and
GM. If you're a GM, I don't
you don't
disagree.
want a
Like
chance
you
for
supposed to
Tatum
get the
and
best
Brown to grow
players.
some more on that team
They
because
still
you have
can't.
no.
They still can grow. My thing is, long as the team is built the right way. Not that I mean right, like when it
Mm.
constructed. I don't care how you do it. Long as they win, it is. I'm fine with that. I don't care.
All right, so this is my question to everybody. When KD went to the Warriors, or even when Boogie got on there the next year, y'all didn't feel like what's the point of watching the NBA season? Y'all didn't have
No,
a
because
problem with that?
So
I'm gonna
watch the
tell you
game.
why. No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because nobody's unbeatable.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's
They were,
unbeatable. I don't care. I don't care how good you is. You can lose. I don't
they
care how
lost
Yeah,
good
because
you
KD
is.
was
like
hurt.
the team can look
You
good
know
on
why the
paper, but
Warriors
you still
lost?
got to try to beat them.
That's part of the game. And injuries. I know you about to say go because they want only reason why Raptors beat them because of injuries, but that's part of the game.
I
It
got
is
you.
what it is. So it's like even without injuries, we've seen great teams lose multiple times. And like,
Facts.
we've seen teams on paper better than other teams
Mm.
and lose. We've seen that multiple times in
We saw
basketball. Period.
we saw
I
that
don't care
this year.
what I don't care what level you talk about when it comes to high school, college, international play, professional. We seen the quote unquote the most talented team lose.
Yeah, we seen the Lakers
Like
in
look at this
'04,
year.
man.
Everybody
We
thought the
seen
Clippers going to win the
Argentina.
whole thing.
We seen Argentina team led by Manu Ginobili beat a Tim Duncan, Allen Iverson. Like, come on, well, we you know. That's what I'm saying. Going back with bees and get your 5 and go out there and play. It's simple as that.
I
I
We've
don't
seen
want
a
I
to.
team.
agree, but you just glossed over that the injury though. You know they didn't lose because they was
But listen,
healthy. You just
that's
glossed
part
over
of the
that.
game. But no, but I can give you plenty of examples of other teams just losing and they had more talent.
Yeah, the
So
Miami
that
Heat
don't
in
mean
2011. I felt like that was better
okay.
than the Mavericks.
Okay, I can maybe okay. It like the Detroit beat the Lakers. I can name you plenty of examples of that. We didn't
I
see the
agree.
Denver
Two teams
Nuggets.
went back.
We didn't see in Denver. We didn't see the Denver Nuggets come back. So we want to get the Clippers. It don't matter. Listen, you get
Yeah.
your 5. You get your 5. You get your 5. We gonna see who the best team is.
That's
And
facts.
we saw a great Sonics team. We saw a great Sonics team lose to AC Nuggets.
Come on, we didn't see Miami. We didn't see Miami beat the Bucks and the Celtics and take a Lakers game to 6 games,
And we
and
didn't
they was
see
hurt, and
we didn't
they was hurt.
Mm.
Mhm.
we didn't see
So
Dirk
I don't want to
choke on the
hear
biggest
about.
stage, man.
I
We
don't
didn't
hear.
see it.
I don't want to hear. I'm gonna want to watch because the most talent. That's BS to me, man. That's BS to me.
Yeah,
I
but
don't. You got to play.
the talent doesn't matter unless you have the team. You have to have the team component. You have to have everything working before the talent takes over. Talent alone won't always win.
especially at the highest level.
Because I can tell you when KD went to the Warriors, some players didn't care about that. They still said, well, okay, and we still gonna try to win.
Hey,
They
hey,
didn't
do
do
y'all
nothing
think
about it.
that? Hey, do y'all think that if Chris Paul had stayed healthy in that series, do the Houston Rockets beat Golden State?
I thought they was a
Maybe,
Paul
good
stay
but
team.
healthy.
that's going back to my point. Like, listen, these teams are not teams. Any team can get beat. I don't care how great the team. Any team can get beat. I don't care like how the team constructed. Any team can get beat, man.
I mean,
No team's unstoppable.
even without, to me, even in that game, even without CP3, they still should win that game. No
Man,
excuses.
we just
Hey,
seen it.
yo,
We just
Mike,
seen it.
I don't think they win it. I don't think they win it. I
Right,
think
Even
they
with
but
CP,
momentum.
even CP stay healthy.
No, I don't think they win it.
No,
Boy, you
but
crazy. You
even
crazy
no,
on
but
that.
even without CP3 in that game 7, they still should win that game 7 in my eyes.
CP
No,
was cooking in
You
that in that
you
game. He
shouldn't
was
be missing that
cooking.
many shots. You
he
shouldn't be missing that
was.
many shots in a row.
right.
Hey,
CP
go Max.
CP couldn't miss in game in that game. He
He
couldn't miss.
was, but you can't underestimate the pressure that Harden and the rest of those dudes were going to be under in
CP
those
love
next
pressure.
game too.
CP3 love pressure.
That's not. It's a team though. He can't do
He
it by himself.
CP3 can take any kind of pressure. We saw
That's
that
no,
this
one.
year
That's
with
one.
OKC.
That's
no,
one
he
CP3
player.
took
can't.
OKC. He went to
Wait.
OKC and took Houston to what, 6 games?
Hey,
Hey,
listen to
By
this,
himself?
y'all. It's all about this is about having when you have a great organization, you do a good job of preparing your team and your coaching staff in the event that somebody goes down. This is why it's so hard to build a great team. Because look, when you look at some of those Bulls teams, even when they had Pippen, there were a lot of those times where Pippen was dealing with injuries and it was barely able to get through some of them games. Like, and Pippen was having to stay in the game because they didn't really have a guy that could come in and do what Pippen does. Like, building a great team is not easy. It's a lot of risks that are involved. Like with the Warriors, it looked great, but they didn't factor in that all of those guys will get worn down and just start dropping like flies with injury. That's part of the game, and you cannot take away anything from any team that actually, if you benefit from another team getting injured. That's just how the game goes.
Texas made. Why this dude Kevin Durant Journal?
Who said
What do you
that?
mean nobody beat no? Listen, I don't care what team you talking about. Any team get beat. If you don't believe that, you don't know anything about basketball. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
you
Nobody
can't
thought the
say.
Mavericks gonna beat the Heat.
I feel
I'm
you.
Nobody thought
sorry.
the Mavericks gonna beat the
If
Heat.
you believe
You can't-
any
Look,
team,
here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about the 73-9 Warriors. A lot of people will tell you that wasn't a super team. So what's the big deal with him joining?
exactly.
That's
And
the
my
funny
thing-
thing about it. They'll say that it wasn't a super team.
But
And I
my
think
whole
it
thing,
was.
yeah, and my whole thing is this though. I don't care. You don't know anything about basketball if you think that any team can't get beat. That does, and I don't care. We talking about the sports period. We talking about sports period. Any team can get beat. You don't know anything
I mean,
about.
who knows?
Nobody thought the
You
Mavericks
want
gonna
to know
beat the
why they
Heat.
say that?
From
You
a
want to know why they say
competitive
that?
standpoint.
The Warriors didn't win the whole
He's speaking
thing.
from a competitive
That's
standpoint.
why they say that.
Yeah, exactly. Saquon said we seen AC beat number 1 seed. Exactly.
But who
So
knows what would
what's
happen
the
though
difference, man?
if
Like
Kawhi
that
stay
don't.
healthy? Who knows what happens if Kawhi stay healthy against the Warriors
Didn't
next
the
series?
Grizzlies?
Who knows what would
Didn't
happen?
Hold
Who
on.
knows
Hold
what
on.
happened?
Y'all say Kawhi went down with an injury, y'all, in game 1.
Yeah.
Right? They were winning, they were winning.
Exactly.
They were up they could have won that game and still lost in a gentleman's sweep. I don't care if he gets hurt or not. They were not beating the Warriors. They were not
No.
beating the Warriors. There's no
Hey,
they're
Lamont.
not. Stop it.
Hey, Lamont.
What
What's
they
up,
beat?
bro?
You said
Didn't the
we
Grizzlies?
ain't
Didn't the
even
Grizzlies be
know.
the first seed?
Say that again.
Didn't the Grizzlies? Didn't the Memphis Grizzlies be the first seed?
Hold on,
They
let
were
me
8 seed,
interject.
something like that.
Hold on. I'm a Spurs fan, so let me interject on that. Ginobili was
Somebody
hurt
be the
that
first seed.
series.
Was it
Yeah.
the
Yeah, what was
the
the number
Grizzlies?
one
Back
seed?
part.
What was
Yeah,
the
it
Right.
was the
number one
Spurs
seed?
and Grizzlies.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
Ginobili was hurt
precise.
that series.
Right, but
The first seed got
right.
beat, right? The first seed got
That's
beat by
part of
8
the
seed, didn't
game.
they?
That's part of the game, precise. So it's like that's the whole thing. Listen, it's a lot of variables that goes when it comes to winning and losing. So it's like when
Right.
people say it, but when that's why I'm saying that any team can be beat. Even
No, I'm saying
even without injuries, we seen favorites lose a lot. So it's not like
I agree. I'm
Yeah,
saying
look
he
that's
at
was
how
one
we
of
see
the
that.
we
one
see we
best.
see
He was
we
one of
see
the
a
best
Sacramento
super
Kings.
team
We
watching
see
the league.
a Sacramento Kings team. Truth be told, they was a better they had a better record than the Lakers. They had home court advantage and they lost. And they lost.
Yeah,
Lost
they
to the
got.
Black Mamba. That's facts.
Yeah, they got
I feel
Because
like they
because
Fred
should have
because
beat
dumb
them, but
because dumbass Roddy Divac want to tip the ball to the fucking to the 3-point line like a
I
dummy.
mean,
But
Why he ain't wear that shit? Why he
people
ain't
want
wear
to talk
that
about the
shit?
refs. People want to talk
We
about them refs.
saw
People
we
want to talk
saw
about them refs, but don't want
we
to talk about
saw
that
Denver
one of the
Nuggets
dumbest
win
plays.
Seattle Supersonics in the first
Right,
round of playoffs. Remember?
Yeah,
right. People
true.
want
They got
people want to talk
true,
about them
true.
that refs. People want to talk about
Hey,
them refs, but don't want to talk about that dumb play that Vlad
yeah,
Divac did. Come on, man. That was
hey,
one of the
bro.
dumbest things I ever said in my life. That man tipped the ball. You on defense. You tipped the ball in the. Come on, dog. You know who out there, and you know who out there. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
Big
I
All
mean,
right.
Sean.
but
He didn't know he was
anybody
out
can
there.
anybody can lose though. Like you look at that one year where Dirk Nowitzki lost to the AC the Warriors. I mean, Dirk Nowitzki was on the road that year, and he lost. I mean, it happens.
It
It just
happens,
happens.
man. It is what it
Like
is.
remember
Like,
hey, Lamont.
Yo, what up, B?
Hey, what up on that drawing?
Yeah, I'm about to do it right now. I'm about to do it right now.
man, yo, that.
That man wants PS5. He wants PS5.
yo, that.
Hold on.
No,
I was pulling up this draft simulator because going into this second hour, everybody on the panel, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up we're gonna screen share and we're gonna do our own draft lottery. It's just kind of see how what we choose matches up with what actually happens on the 18th. But let me go ahead and I'm setting it up right now. I'm about to pull the name here in a second.
man, I'm really thinking the Warriors gonna get Wiseman.
Maybe.
I think they'll trade down personally. I think they'll trade down.
It wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad. I say it wouldn't be bad if they did that though.
All right, we got 17 names. All right, I'm gonna pull one. We got a new winner. This is the first time. This is the first time for a winner too. We got a winner on the panel.
B.
CA3 Sports
Ooh!
Talk.
Oh man.
CA3's Sports Talk participated and won a PS5. I'm gonna put the information in
Let's go.
the private chat. I'm gonna put the information.
That's what's up.
We're gonna link you with Comerica Dropshipping so they can set you up with that PS5. So congratulations
Let's
to
go.
CA3 Sports Talk on a brand new
Congrats,
PS5,
CA3.
man.
Let's
Hey, that was a
go.
first right there.
I was trying to get my PS5 today too. I won it. Hey,
No need now. You good now. You are good, man. Congrats, though. That's crazy.
You got the best game system ever now.
let's
Congrats,
go.
bro.
Is it that
Congrats,
good?
CA3 Sports.
Or that
Yeah.
man CA3, the cage. That man CA3.
Let's go.
That man CA3 doing the cage. Everything possible.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's what's up, though, man. I gotta go pick mine up tomorrow, so I can't wait to really check that out and see what it gives. So,
Yeah, the
that's
graphics
what's
gonna
up.
look crazy, man. The 2K on there look crazy. Like that may look like the best. That look like the best 2K ever on there,
Man,
man.
I can't wait to see all the games that they eventually get out. But that's what's up, though. But let me set this draft simulator up. But yeah, I just
Hey,
think
they
that
got this Spider-Man game out right now. It looks great.
Yeah, man.
I didn't
Man, I
like
got
that.
my PS5. Ain't nobody
That's what's up.
Anything possible. Your KG was drawing with
That's what's up, though, man. Told y'all just watch them videos, man. I be seeing y'all. Y'all be commenting. Y'all watch it all the way through, and y'all put it in the comments, man. It's gonna pay off.
Oh man, yo, you seen Elder's comment?
What'd he say?
Elder Roofers versus Hitman X, Dallas, Texas,
Oh, yeah.
2020, 12 p.m. noon.
Oh man.
Oh man.
What day?
We're gonna put a
What
date.
date? Yeah.
Yeah, put a date out there. Oh, the 17th, I think. I think it's the 17th.
Oh man. Yo, snap.
So that's next Tuesday.
November 17th. Oh man.
Hey, if we got any hoopers in Orlando, Florida, man, I'm
The
gonna be
day
in
before
Orlando
the
soon.
draft.
I will be in Orlando soon. If we got any hoopers in Orlando that's trying to get,
You gotta
Anybody
come to
want
LA,
to put
Lamont.
anything on this?
oh, I'm gonna be in LA. So I'm right by LA. I'm
I
not
don't
too
know.
far from LA.
I ain't see the.
I'm
I ain't
close
see
to you
them.
by Eve, Lamont.
I ain't see them. I ain't see them.
I'm gonna be out there real
I ain't see
soon.
them. I ain't ever seen them play. I can't bet money. I ain't see people I
Elder
play.
still on the plant. Elder still on the panel.
What's good, CJ? Yeah, Elder's
Yeah, I'm
there.
still here.
Hey, Elder, is that jumper still wet?
It stay wet, brother.
True. I give you 2 points and hit. I'm gonna give you 2 points and Hitman for $50. I don't
know.
Hold on, time out. You're gonna give me 2 points.
No, I'm giving True 2 points.
Oh, he's still gonna lose.
No,
You giving
I
him
know.
Hitman?
Yeah,
he's still gonna lose.
Hitman. I'm taking you. I'm gonna give him 2 points for $50.
I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
I ain't seen them play. I can't do it.
I think I might bet with the. I'm gonna bet with the underdog. I think Hitman might get Elder.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Hold
on. I've told everybody, I'm taking all bets over $100. I'm taking all of them over 100. I'll cover any of them.
Man, if Hitman let me down, I'm gonna be mad, man. Dang.
Hey, Elder got all the bets over 100. I got everything on.
I cover every one of them. I'm still waiting on a place in the address. I've been on Hitman for 2 weeks. I know it's in Dallas. I don't know what gym. I know it's at noon. I don't have an address. I've been waiting. I'm still waiting.
They just need a venue.
I'm gonna be in Dallas regardless. I'm coming.
Yo, this is gonna be classic.
I'm coming.
Oh, y'all gonna live stream it?
Yes.
Yo, this is gonna be classic.
Y'all doing 3 dribbles?
3 dribble, 3 point. Oh, three
look,
dribble,
JR, hold on, JR. Did you hoop in college?
JR funny as a mother.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, hooping in college is not as hard. It's not as hard to get on a roster. Like, it's actually easier than what people thought, especially to become a walk-on, like for a D1 team. It's not extremely difficult. You have to.
I don't know about that, Lamont.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, well, you know what I mean, Elder. Like, to be a walk-on at the D1 level,
you got to be good still.
You got to be good. But what I'm saying,
got to be good.
High GPA. You got to be willing to accept a completely different role. You got to come in understanding that you're probably never going to get on the court ever.
And come in and just want to be a water boy. I played college. Hey, I played college, but I wasn't a water boy and I wasn't no walk-on. I was a scholarship athlete, and I played. I started. Matter of fact, I was a captain as a freshman.
I can't wait till Elder comes to Phoenix, y'all.
Elder,
Coach made me captain.
That's gonna be.
Yeah.
CJ said you can't baptize 3 people in the morning to beat a baller one-on-one.
You want to bet? You want to bet? Well, hey, he's probably right, because normally I'm only baptizing on the Shabbat, and I'm not playing no ball on the Sabbath. So he's probably right.
That's silly.
I'm not saying that's the only day I would baptize, but typically I baptize on the Sabbath. So he's right. I don't play basketball on the Sabbath. So I got. But I bet I'll know him.
Y'all crazy with that.
Yeah, where Hitman been anyway, Lamont?
Hold up.
He been around.
Where I send you the information?
You not saying what?
I said, where do I send you the information?
Put it in the private chat. Put your name and email address in the private chat, because I'm gonna have a representative from Comerica Dropshipping contact you so they can get you that PS5, because that's who sponsored it.
Okay.
All right, because they've been waiting on the last winner didn't report and to collect the winnings, so they opened it back up.
Oh shoot.
Man, you know what? I just thought about it. I just thought about this, y'all.
Mhm.
Are places open to play ball? I just thought about this.
Yeah, there's places open out here.
I just thought about it.
I know
My
in the,
places that I play in my,
out
I
here
got
where
a
I'm at.
place in Georgia and a place in Tennessee. I play. They're not open. I wonder if Hitman having a hard time finding somewhere for us to play.
Out here, you can only have 5 people per rim. They don't let you. So that means if you want to run 2-on-2, you can do it, or you can do it, or 1-on-1, you can do it, but 5-on-5 they're not allowing it. But out here, yeah, they allowing us. We it's even some gyms that allow 5-on-5.
Because it's been taking forever for him to give me a place and an address. I'm wondering if he's having a hard time, because I do know.
I'll find a place. I can find a place for y'all. I can
find us a place in Dallas.
I'll find it.
Find me a place in Dallas. I told him I don't mind paying to get in. I'll pay to get in. I don't care.
Elder, where you play at in Tennessee?
In Chattanooga. I play in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
So
My
yeah,
brother
where
lives
at?
in Chattanooga.
A place called the Merc. You ever heard of it?
Yeah, I'm from Chattanooga.
Merc. That's why I used to work for them, from McKee. So I go to the Merc.
All right.
Bruh. The funny thing is,
you in Chattanooga now?
No, I grew up there though.
Okay.
About 30 years ago.
Yeah, I used to work for McKee, Little Debbie Snack Cake.
Yeah. My uncle retired from there.
Yep, me too. I retired 2000 was
How
almost
you
2 years
going?
now.
You
I'm
need
46.
3 scores.
Hold on, top notch right. That's not true. That's not true.
I disagree with
That
that.
is. Hold on. See, look, there it is. He must be a '90s fan because he's talking about scoring again to be great.
Right. Yeah.
That's sad right there, man.
People don't even care about the defensive side of the ball. Like, that's
What's
crazy.
so funny is I really honestly feel it's the older guys that don't care about the defensive side of the ball because they're the ones talking about the offense all the time.
you don't need to be a scorer to be great.
Dennis
He
Rodman
said
is
you
a
need
top
3 scores to
15.
be a
Listen,
super team.
Dennis Rodman is a top 15 power forward, and he was not, and he was great off of rebounding and playing defense.
I'm saying, what 3 scores on a super team? I ain't never even seen that.
You can put him like around, like I can argue that Dennis Rodman was better than Chris Webber. I can argue. I don't like Dennis Rodman better than Chris Webber.
All around.
He's better. I would take him.
Dennis
No,
Rodman over Chris Webber. Yeah.
Hey,
I take Dennis Rodman. It's not about that. I take Dennis Rodman over.
I mean, that's easy. I mean, who's in the Hall of Fame and who's not?
That it's not that.
What power forwards and all? What's some solid power forwards I could put Dennis Rodman over?
Hey, yeah, hold on. We got about, because I'm only going 2 hours today, so I want to make sure we do this. So, hey, salute, Elder. Appreciate you coming in. Can't wait till we see that game, man. I'm definitely gonna react to that game. That's gonna be a reaction video. Definitely gotta react to that. Please, hit man, don't look. Hey, Elder, if you still here, I'll take that $100 bet. We can lock that in. Because if I got to give you $100, that's not really a loss. I ain't tripping on that. Let me know if he confirms it in the chat. Y'all let me know. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with our own live mock draft. And what we're gonna do is everybody on the panel is gonna represent the team. So we're just gonna go in order. And again, Bees, I'm gonna allow you to pick first. And we're gonna go in order to Jason, Lou. And I just kind of want to see what guys pick. You guys are going to see everything on the screen, so you'll know what players are available. You said he confirmed? Where the Elder? Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, yeah, we locked in, Elder. Yeah, we locked in. I just want to see a good game. So I'm going to put that up on the screen. So we're going to go in order for the first few picks. And then after we get through like the first 6 picks, once everybody's picked, then we just going to collectively pick the rest of the guys all the way till we get to 14. We're only doing 1 through 14. All right. Yeah, Elder, that bet is locked in. That's locked in stone. Yeah, that's locked in stone. But yeah, so we're gonna do that because I just want to see what we come out with. And also what I'm gonna do is all you guys should do it too is go to ESPN to enter that contest. Because if you pick the first round correctly, I think that you can win a cash prize. So I just want to see what we do and all the stuff we've been talking about. how it matches up with what actually happens. So when you make a selection, I want you guys to give me a breakdown of why you make that selection. Don't just pick a guy because it sounds good. I mean, otherwise we're gonna have to override that pick. You got to really have a sound reason.
I like
Hey,
big Cam.
Lamont,
I like
Lamont,
big Cam right
What up,
here.
Beast?
Lamont. Hey, I'm gonna bow out. I don't know nothing about none of them dudes.
All right, you can just you could just hang out there. We'll just bypass you. I'll pick for you.
Bypass me.
All right, I'll pick for you. But again, it's just about like when you pick a guy, think about, is this team going to trade to pick? Are they going to pick for another team? Do they have any needs? And when I pull it up on the screen here, you're going to see, to help you out, you're going to see what the team needs as well. So you should be able to get a good idea of who you picking. So actually, we're going to start with we're gonna allow since he won, we're gonna allow CA3 Sports Talk to pick first. And then we're just gonna go through the list. I'll call you out when it's your time. So we're gonna do our own mock draft to end the show. I just want to see how this pans out. So let me share the screen. Boom, there we go right there. Let me get this banner off the screen so we can see what's going on. Boom. And so I could put the small banner back on. Put this back on. All right, so here we go right here. Here's our mock draft. We got Minnesota Timberwolves on the clock. We're gonna let CA3 Sports Talk pick first. And you guys see what's available right here. So if you want me to scroll down, and so right here, you see what the team needs are. So obviously you know what Minnesota needs. You see the roster that they have, and I can scroll through that roster if you want me to. And then you see the best available players right here. So every time I draft a guy, that's going to take them off the board. And then you'll always know who's next available. And they have the players ranked for you as well. So this is their power ranking, so you know who's ranked where. So CA3 Sports Talk, you on the board for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Man, who you got for the Minnesota Timberwolves and why?
I have the Minnesota Timberwolves selecting Anthony Edwards. I say this because I think they need a shooting guard more than a LaMelo Ball, who's a point guard. Because D'Angelo Russell, he's kind of he's a ball dominant point guard, and I don't really. He has good playmaking skills, but I think he's a ball dominant point guard. I think Anthony Edwards would be better. I would rather have LaMelo Ball at a place where he's the point guard, where he's the unanimous point guard, and I don't think he would be that if he went to the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I think Anthony Edwards is a better guy.
All right, we got Anthony Edwards. He's second. Obviously, he's right about that. If you look here, they don't have really much of a need for a point guard. They got a high need for a shooting guard and a wing. That's what Anthony Edwards can fill. They have a severe need of power forward, but those are guys that they can collect through the draft. So we're gonna go ahead and get Anthony Edwards selected. So next up, we got Lou. We got Lou, the writer sports, man. Who you got in this draft, man, and why? And it's the Golden State Warriors on the clock with the number 2 pick. You got to take yourself off mute, Lou.
I am picking James Wiseman because the Warriors need the big man down low. Wiseman can shoot the jumper, and he can be a great rebounder for the Golden State Warriors to help Steph Curry and Klay Thompson get second chance points. And I feel if he give enough time, you can build a team around him. When Curry and Thompson get late years in their career, so I'm picking James Wiseman.
James Wiseman, I like that. I like it if they decide to keep the pick. I just unfortunately don't believe that they're going to keep that pick. I think they're going to trade it, and if they're drafting for another team, they'll probably be drafting LaMelo Ball for another team. But that's just my opinion. I like the pick though; it makes sense. But next up, we got Goat Mike. Goat Mike, man. Goat Mike, you got the number 3 pick with the Charlotte Hornets, man. Who you picking?
Give me just 1 second.
Goat Mike, man.
Okay. So
All right.
I'm back. So which team?
You got the Charlotte Hornets with the 3 pick in the draft.
Got the Charlotte Hornets with number what, 3 pick, you said?
Yeah.
Ooh. What did they need, you think?
It's on the screen. Go, Mike.
It's on the left or the
That's an
right?
easy pick, bro.
They need a point guard.
It's easy right here.
They need a point
power
guard. Shoot,
forward.
I'm taking LaMelo Ball then. LaMelo Ball.
Why are you taking LaMelo for that team?
I'm taking LaMelo Ball for the fact that LaMelo Ball can play make. He can play make. He can score a little bit, and he can rebound. And he has a potential to play defense. I ain't saying just yet, but like I believe that if LaMelo gets stronger, his defense will improve. He can rebound. He can score, and he can pass the ball very effectively.
Okay.
He's like a playmaker.
That's what's up. I like it. So we going. All right. He got Goat Mike drafts LaMelo Ball for the Charlotte Hornets. I like that pick. I think the Charlotte Hornets. I think they're desperately trying to get to that 1 or 2 position. I think they really want either Wiseman or Ball. It's too hard to really tell now. But we got Charlotte Hornets getting LaMelo Ball. I like that. We're gonna go to True to King next. You drafting for the Chicago Bulls, the worst organization in basketball.
Draft good, True.
Draft better than what the actual organization is going to do because we already know they're going to bungle this pick. So we shouldn't bungle it here. Well, you see,
damn, they need a port. Hold on, what they need? What's the grade mean?
They need the severe
Point guard.
point guard.
Okay, I see it now. Yeah, I zoomed in. Okay. Onyeka. Yeah, Onyeka. They need a center bad. He plays defense. It's just what they need. They need somebody down low for the interior.
Yeah, I like that. That makes sense.
He plays defense. Like you said, he plays defense. I mean, 6'9", athletic. He fits this era of centers. 6'9". That can guard fours and fives if need to. Yeah, that's the best choice for me. He can score around the rim, athletic.
Yeah,
that's what they need.
All right, I like that. So we got Onyeka on Kungwu going to the Chicago Bulls with the 4th pick on my mock draft. I think I had the same thing. I had him going to the Bulls. So I like that. I think the Bulls I think they're going to work with the point guards that they have on their roster now. Even though none of those guys fit well with the future, I think they just got to figure it out. So we got the freshman from USC going to the Bulls. Next up, we got Jason Brown. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers, another organization with kind of confusing roster. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do with this roster. So this is one of the tougher picks in the draft because Kevin Love, man, go ahead.
Now you finished, Lamont?
Yeah, go ahead. You good.
Okay. I got them taking the best available player, in my opinion, on the board. I got them taking Obi Toppin with the 6 overall pick because I feel like it's a lot of upside with him. He can shoot. You can put him in the corner. You can spot him up. He can shoot the 3. You can use him as a pick and roll big, and I feel like that would be valuable. And it'll be better because I feel like they should get rid of Kevin Love and Drummond and go younger. And I think he will be the best available player for them.
Yeah, I like that. See, the one thing I like about Obi Toppin that nobody talks about, even though he's a sophomore, he's an older sophomore. So you're getting a guy who's I think he's 21 already. I think he might be 21 going on 22. That's not the typical age for a sophomore. So he's coming in a little bit more seasoned with that. His grown man body's probably
you know how I use his size. I mean, only thing is can he play that? Can he be? Because nowadays at that power forward position, you gotta know how to play deep. Like you gotta be versatile defensively.
No, he's not good defensively, but
that's what I'm saying. That's the thing. That's the thing he needs to work on. And then putting the ball, he can put the ball on the floor, and he'd be fine.
Yeah, he can shoot. He
definitely can shoot.
I honestly don't mind. Like as of right now, none of these guys have played NBA level defense.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of them can play defense at the NBA level.
Right.
Now,
I'm just saying that's the thing they need to work on. Though. I'm saying that's what he needs to work on.
All right, so we got Obi Toppin going to the Cleveland Cavaliers with the 5th pick. I like that pick right there.
That'd be lovely for them. I think he should get picked higher. If the Cleveland can get him, that'd be nice.
All right. So next up, we got B said skip over him. So what we're gonna do now is, I'll go ahead and take this pick, and then the rest of the picks all the way to 14. We'll just pick them as a group, but we got to finish it out. But we got the Hawks. The Hawks is in a real a funny situation because they've already came out and said they want to go into win now mode. They're trying to make a trade for Drew Holiday or CJ McCollum. They're desperately trying to bring in another star to put alongside. So I don't know if the Hawks are really using this pick as draft bait for another team to trade, or if they are going to actually use this pick. I don't see them using this pick as a keepsake on their own roster. So understanding what the Hawks are actually trying to do, and being that they'll probably be drafting for another team, I'm gonna say that they drafted the best player available in Denny Avadija, primarily because, but mainly because I don't think that I think he's going to be used as trade bait for another team that actually wants him. They have at the small forward position. They already got Cam Reddish. They already got the what's his name? I forget his name, out of Virginia.
DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to bring in another small forward when you still got Brimbury on that roster as well.
Kevin Herter.
Yeah, Kevin Herter too. So I think they're going to use this as trade bait to get better. Try to bring in a star. But I still have them drafting this guy out of Israel. So we'll go ahead and draft him right there.
Yeah.
So now this is where it gets tricky.
Can I take the Pistons? I got the Pistons. Can I take the Pistons?
Hold on, who said that? CA3. Yeah, we can start over. We can just have everybody go again. That's cool.
I mean, the Pistons are my favorite team. So yeah.
Who you got with the Pistons then?
I think the Pistons should select Killian Hayes.
Great. That's a great pick.
The reason why I say that is that the Pistons desperately need a point guard, like desperately. They haven't been the same since they've lost Chauncey Billups, So I think they need Killian Hayes, and Killian Hayes has that French connection with Sekou Doumbouya as well. That they're great friends, and I think he really doesn't have many weaknesses either, except he needs to get more of a right hand, but he really doesn't have that many weaknesses. So I really would love to have Killian Hayes on our team, man.
Yeah, I like that pick. It actually makes sense because we know they desperately need a point guard. I think they can possibly re-sign Christian Woods. That might fill the center spot.
Yeah.
And you still so.
Yeah, the reason why I would take Killian Hayes over Tyrese Halliburton, I feel like Tyrese Halliburton, I think he's gonna be a solid player, but I just don't really see anything other than being a very really solid, either a really good starter or just a solid bench player. I don't really see any star potential out of him. I think he's a safe pick. He doesn't really have a high ceiling in my opinion.
I give you that. You got to go for it. You got to, when you're in the lottery, you got to try to hit a home run. I like Killian Hayes though. I like that pick. That's solid right there. All right, so it's starting. This is where it gets interesting because I think all of the guys. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get this one. We got 7 through 11. See, these are all guys, and when you look at Vassell, Patrick Williams, Isaac Okoro, I think they're all in a way kind of similar. And so to differentiate between the three of these guys, I think it's going to be tough. Even when you go down to Precious, it's kind of tough to really differentiate who's going to be the best of this group. But I think it's going to go highly off need. But go ahead. I think that was Jason. You said you wanted to. Go ahead with the Knicks. Again, talking about a bad organization. Let's do better than what the Knicks would actually do.
I got them taking, I think the best available player and the safest pick at this time would be Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
Like CA said, I think I don't really see no superstar potential really in none of these guys right here. But I feel like he's the best available pick. So I think you got to take a chance. He'll be solid. I think he'll be a solid starter, but I don't really see anything special about him.
Yeah. You got to – I mean, unless they move this pick or trade it because they're trying to get like a Chris Paul or somebody like that, you have to go with the best available, especially at point guard when they severely need it. Frank Ntilikina has not been cutting it. This roster is just trash. If you scroll down and look at this roster, it's just not very good.
It's trash.
Dookie water.
Yeah, it's just not a very good roster. I mean
they really only have one attractive piece on that team. That's Mitchell Robinson. Really, that's really the only bright spot on that team.
Julian Randle.
RJ Barrett is an asset.
RJ Barrett too. RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson are really the only bright spots on that team.
Yeah, that's about it. Unless Dennis Smith Jr. can figure it out immediately, they got some problems. Yeah. All right, so hold on. We're gonna go. You can go next, True to King, with the Wizards.
Maryland.
This is This is gonna be tricky.
See
They
the
need
need. See the
point
need.
guard or center. Point guard or center. So I'm
They need a
trying.
small forward too. The high need for small forward, severe need for center and point guard.
I like Patrick Williams.
That's solid.
Patrick
like that.
Williams. Pat, he can shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Play
Man,
defense.
If it was me, like I'm gonna go ahead and select Patrick Williams. If it was me, I would get Erin Smith. That's what I would.
That is a sniper, bro.
At a Vanderbilt.
Yeah, but I like Patrick Williams. See, this guy, I think with
6'11" wingspan. I mean 6'8", 6'11" wingspan.
Yeah.
I think Patrick Williams fit well on that team. They definitely need a small forward. They lost Aldo Porter and Kelly Oubre over the years. So to replace that,
they should have never traded Kelly Oubre, bro.
All right, yeah, Patrick Williams. I think he'll fit right in. Not much pressure to come in immediately to score because you got Bill and Wall. So I like it. So we'll go with Patrick Williams.
He athletic. He can move. I mean, he fit well with John Wall. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna take the Suns, man. I'm gonna take the Suns.
Oh yeah, we know we gotta take the Suns.
So we got a sneak peek.
Man.
I know he got insight.
No, we've been talking about a lot of people. There's really no decision that's been made. The real decision is going to come from the people up top. Obviously, we just pull video and look at certain guys. Yeah. But the guys that have been getting looked at, obviously, the main thing that you always want to bring in is more shooting, the ability to space the floor, along with having size at the same time. And one of the guys that's been on that big board has been Erin Smith. I got to go with him because I think it's a need. It's a high need for the team. I think they got other plans for the center and point guard position. I think they're going to look to create more length and shooting here. That's one thing you can't have enough of is length and shooting. And I think they're just going to go with Erin Smith. But again, that could change based on free agency and what type of trades they might go after over the next few days. But I'm gonna go with Erin Smith out of Vanderbilt.
Solid pick.
with that music before they get drafted.
Hey, go Mike. You ready? You know any of these guys on the draft board? Go Mike. If so, let's go with this next pick.
Man, well, it's gonna be hard for that reason. It's gonna be hard for that reason. I don't know none of these guys.
That's cool. Hey, but you know what? At least you didn't fake it. And you just came out. So that's what's up. Lord. And we're gonna go to True to King. Go ahead and make this pick then. Go ahead and make this pick.
What pick is this?
This is the 11th pick going to the Spurs.
Hold up, I'll make his pick.
Yeah, let me wait on this. Let me wait on this.
All right, I got you for this up. Go ahead, Lou.
Lamar, you got to give me that Nets pick.
Whose pick?
The Nets pick.
I don't know if they're in the lottery.
They're not in the lottery? Oh, never mind. They 17. Never mind.
Yeah, they're not in the lottery.
Okay. I'm going to go with a guy that nobody's not really talking about. I'm going to go with Cole Anthony for that Spurs pick.
That's kind of a reach this early. Pass up on Maxey. I'll take Maxey.
I'm going with Cole Anthony because I believe he can be a scorer like Donovan Mitchell and Murray, and I think people are really seeing him underrated. I think he can come in and spark a new regime with the Spurs and be a guy who can probably lead the teams someday if he gets the opportunity when Tim Duncan take over as head coach. I think he can be a next great point guard like Donovan and Murray is right now.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna drop this link real quick for Sixers Daily. Sixers Daily wants to hop in here, so there's the link. Sixers Daily. So you got Cole Anthony. I mean, I think that's a bit of a reach, but I think once you get to this part of the draft, I think the Spurs are going to draft off a need. I don't think they're going to go draft some of these guys at the power forward or small forward position. They have a low need for the shooting guard and the power forward. I don't see him going that low. I think Cole Anthony's a great pick. But I think to get to that, I think the Spurs would be better off if they know they want to go with Cole Anthony. I think they should trade down with a team and do a pick swap just so they can get something out of it and then go get Cole Anthony as opposed to just selecting them straight out. Because I just don't think Cole Anthony's gonna go that high. Hold on, let me add Daly in here. So let's select Cole Anthony to the Spurs, but that is a big need for that team. They need a point guard. And he could give them an instant impact because they're going into a rebuild year. Boom. So we're gonna go there. Man, we still got Isaac Okoro on the board. He's probably the best available right now.
I don't think him or Devin Vassell would drop that low in the actual real draft.
Yeah, I don't know if they will, but I mean, we've seen crazier stuff.
Yeah,
we've seen crazier stuff.
I think the reason why people are so hesitant on Isaac Okoro is just his shooting ability. It's not there yet.
Yeah.
So there.
Who wants to pick for the Kings?
I'll do it.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead.
For the Kings, I'm gonna go with Devin Vassell, just because I feel like Buddy Hill's not gonna be on the team next year, or there's a chance he might get moved. So just play the safe pick. Devin Vassell, he goes well with De'Aaron Fox and Marvin Bagley. Yeah, I think he would have been picked by now. Like that dude said, he would have been picked by now. And so I think the Kings are going, and with this pick, the Kings are going, best player available. And that's a good fit with their team. So yeah, I got the Kings selecting Devin Vassell.
Yeah, I like that. They probably won't have Bogdanovich or Buddy Hill next year.
Yeah,
and potential. So this will be a good option to bring him in. Got Devin Vassell off the board. Now it's starting to kind of equalize out. I mean, I don't think our picks are too far fetched. I think some of them are actually going to match up when it's all said and done. We're gonna go with who wants to go for New Orleans because this is another hard pick. I don't know what they're going to do. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say they would take Precious Achiuwa out of Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
He real raw as far as his offensive ability and his skill, but defensively he gonna be one of them dudes that possibly later down the line could be in the running for like defensive player of the year. All NBA defensive teams. Like he got that potential defensively, but offensively, like he's right now offensively he just like a screen setting big until he can really improve his offensive game at the NBA level. So I got them taking Precious Achiuwa out of Memphis.
Precious Achiuwa, yeah, I like that. I mean, anytime one thing New Orleans didn't have last year, they had other than Derek Favors, they didn't have no rim protection. And when Derek Favors got hurt, they was in trouble. So this will be a great pick because Jackson Hayes struggled defensively, and the other guy out of Duke, I forgot his name, he was horrible defensively.
Frank Jackson?
No, the center.
Oh, you're talking about Drew Okafor. Yeah, he's horrible. He's horrible on defense. He should get no defensive award, bro. Like for real.
Yeah, he's terrible. So hold on, we got. Here's the Celtics, True to King. Who you got?
Yes, sir. With the centers, go centers available. Who was all centers left?
There's really not a lot of centers in this draft. You got Sadiq Bey.
Centers are power forwards. Yeah, power forwards.
He gonna be the big man, I bet.
Oh, Kyrie Lewis, nice.
He a big man.
I like Kyrie Lewis. I like Josh Green.
I like Jalen Smith.
What? You're going all the way down to Jalen Smith?
He got any defense?
Yes.
You're just picking him out of because he's out of Maryland.
No, I'm all jokes aside though. I mean, this is a pick. We don't. For to be honest with you though, we don't even know. I don't even know what the Celtics going to even do with this pick. To be honest with you, this is like out of all the teams in the lottery, this is a very mysterious pick of what they're going to do with it.
That is true. That's true.
So it's kind of hard for me to say. Okay. Here's the thing: we do need a. I mean, I feel he shoots the three, and he a shot blocker. I mean, that'd be perfect for our system. You know what I mean? So
all right. I mean, like I said, it's not too far.
And it could be, and he can trade, and he could be for somebody, and we could trade him. Somebody do also need. I mean, so it all work out.
All right, Jalen Smith. Yeah, I think if they have to draft off need and they can't trade this pick, I think they go for this position. It's hard to say who they actually like. We don't know who they working out or none of that. So
exactly.
That's a good pick. That's the top 14. Y'all see what we got. So again, I'm gonna save this.
Hey, well, what site is this? I may do this later.
It's called Trade. Here, I put it in the So if you guys want to do your own mock drafts,
Definitely gonna do it.
and you want to, what you do is if you screenshot it like this, I'll put it on the big screen and we can talk about it and just compare it to what actually happens. So the link to this is in the chat. You can go there, man. Like this is I use this site to like put together my trade scenarios because it allows you to trade based off of money and picks and need. So you can put together trade scenarios, all of that. So if you guys come up with your own best mock draft or your best trades, just screenshot it, and then we'll put it on the big screen. We can talk about it on one of the live streams. Yes, our top 10. I actually really like our top 10. I'm not gonna lie.
I like it, but I think Isaac Okoro would be a top 10 pick.
Hey, yo, Jalen Smith, watch out for Jalen Smith though.
Yeah.
I think the Nets gonna get him. I don't think the Celtics gonna definitely pick him down.
The Nets looking at RJ Hampton.
Mm-hmm. Somebody got an echo. Somebody has an echo. I don't know who
I see Dennis Smith to the Nets too though.
Dennis Smith.
I seen that.
Nets?
No, Jalen Smith.
You said Jalen Smith?
Yeah,
that could happen too. But I heard.
But he would fit perfectly in that. He can shoot. He can stretch the floor. And he can play. He can back up DeAndre Jordan, or maybe start.
Nah, he ain't starting in Brooklyn.
He split time because, like I said, with DeAndre Jordan.
I'd rather have RJ Hampton. I'm a Nets fan, so
I don't know. I would say if I had to change anything here, I would probably say that the guy out of Israel is probably gonna go slightly higher.
Yeah.
I would say that Isaac Okoro doesn't get passed up on.
Facts.
I would probably have Cole Anthony a little lower.
Yeah.
Because you can trade down really to get him.
Yeah.
Other than that,
that'd be my pick. I was about to pick him if it was he was still available.
I think the Killian Hayes is probably the
Yo, what up? You know, I don't like any Kentucky player, but nobody wouldn't take Tyrese Maxey for his defense.
Nah, he not top 10. But he lottery. I feel like he'd be in the lottery, but I wouldn't put him.
It's just I don't know. It's based off need. See, this draft is gonna be based off need, and just where some of these teams are falling. I don't know if I don't know. It's kind of hard if he goes in the lottery. If we're talking about the lottery, he may go top 20. I just don't know if he goes in the lottery.
I know a team may take Jordan Award because he's shooting, because he's a great shooter.
Who is it?
Jordan Award.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
That kid out, the guy out of Louisville, that 6'8", shooting, the 6'8" guy who can shoot a great 3-point shooter.
I can't remember who that is. I didn't watch too much Louisville basketball last year.
Lou, I know what you're talking about.
Who are you talking about? What's his name again?
Jordan Nora.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know he is. He's inconsistent.
I think LaMelo Ball gonna be first pick of these Timberwolves, man.
I mean,
True King.
Yo,
True King. Do you think that LaMelo Ball gonna be the best guard in the draft?
I think so. That's why I feel the Timberwolves should pick him.
Because he got all around game.
I think that's why I think the Timberwolves should pick him. Because D'Lo could be just your 2 guard, the off guard, whatever. You know what I mean? Melo run the show.
When D'Angelo Russell came out, his best skill set was passing the ball. Moving him to the 2 is not a good idea, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, baby, but say at the same time, hey, talent is talent. I mean, listen.
Yeah, but it's not going. Them 2 in the backcourt together wouldn't match well.
Who's that? Who are you talking about?
You talking about?
I think LaMelo Ball is so good. I think Lamar Ball is so good that you can't go wrong. Exactly. LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball, you put D'Lo off. Like he's so great that you can't just pass. Like I feel though, you can't just go wrong with. You can't go wrong with LaMelo. You can't go wrong, but he can.
Who's a better playmaker? You think?
I mean, LaMelo, of course, LaMelo.
Nah, man.
And
D'Lo,
LaMelo's tall too, and he's tall.
you need
I
D'Lo
gotta
to
see him
score.
do it at the NBA level.
LaMelo can see.
to say he's better than D'Lo.
LaMelo can
He
see
is a better
over the
playmaker.
defense.
He is a better. He's a better playmaker than.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
You don't think he's a better playmaker than
He's
D'Lo?
a better playmaker than D'Lo.
Even if you, I mean, it's
way
not
better
by.
playmaker.
Even if you think that, it's not no way better.
D'Lo's strong suit. D'Lo's strong suit is not. D'Lo's strong suit is not pass. That's not his best thing.
D'Lo's more of a scorer than a
Hey,
playmaker.
I'll give him this. At Ohio State, D'Lo was a great playmaker.
The nigga averaged like 8 assists, Lamont, or something like that.
He was a great playmaker. At Ohio State. He was one of the best.
That's why he got drafted number 2.
Right, but his best attributes is scoring. At the end of the day, it is. As we talk about as of right now, hold up. He's getting paid. And he getting the level of respect right now of being a scorer. He's on the floor over scoring the ball.
No, he's not.
Not over passing.
No, he's not.
That's why he couldn't play with Curry.
That's why he got drafted so high. The reason
that's why him and
I'm not saying that's not the reason why he got drafted. I'm talking about the reason why he's on the court now. He's on the court now to score. That's his job.
That's why he couldn't play with Curry.
You don't need him to score like that in Minnesota.
That's not true. What role did he ever had where he's the main facilitator? He's the main facilitator, and
you gotta realize the situation he came into, the situations he's been required to score. He ain't been required to be no playmaker. Now
that's not necessarily. Listen, you can put Rajon Rondo anywhere. He's going to be a playmaker.
You always bring somebody.
I can say LeBron. I'm just saying. I'm giving you an example of certain players. When you put them in their strong suits, they're going to do what they do to win. Help their team win.
No matter where they play.
D'Lo. It's just coincidence that everywhere he goes, he just has to be a scorer.
Everywhere he went, he was not a scorer. What are you saying, bro?
Man, we got to see. I got to look.
He a straight up scorer now.
He's not, bro. Just because he had that 1 year with the Nets, that don't make him a scorer.
Hold on. We got to look at this now.
Even in Golden State, he was a scorer.
The man's been like a 6-7 assist type of guy since he's been in the NBA.
I'm not saying he can't pass the ball. I'm saying he's a better scorer. All I'm saying he's a better scorer than a passer.
No, he's
not. How many assists D'Lo average? How many assists D'Lo average?
Man, what he averaged?
He averaged 6.6.
Nah, but actually,
6.6.
Yeah, he averaged 20. Listen, he averaged his career. This is his career numbers: 17.5 points, 5.3 assists. He's a scorer. As a guard, as a scorer,
is fooling you, bro. He's not a scorer.
I guess, dude. I watch that man's a scorer, dude.
You ain't watched him enough if you think he's a scorer.
No, but if you remember when D'Lo first came out of college, actually one of his biggest strengths was passing.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that's not the point. Hold on. That's not the point I'm talking about. I'm not saying the reason why he got drafted. I'm talking about why he's on the court now. Why you don't play DeAndre? You don't be like, oh, DeAndre go there and just be a playmaker.
Why he on the court? He a good player. That's why he on the court. You acting like he a bum.
I say I'm not saying he's a bum. I say he's on the court because he can score.
So you saying that's the only reason why he on the court? That's basically
of course he can play. I'm not saying. Listen, you're not going to. So
he's all-around.
So you trying to tell me? So you trying to tell me that D'Angelo Russell can take less than 10 shots a game and still be effective?
That's not what I said.
Okay, then. So what we talking about? He's on the score. He's
all-around offensive player.
Oh, and that being said, though, right? And that being said, why he can't play with LaMelo? That don't make any sense.
Because you taking away his effectiveness.
No, it's not. If you just say if he's an all-around, like I say, he's an all-around. If he's an all-around offensive player, then he's not an all-around offensive player.
If you take the ball out of his hands, you taking away his number one skill set, and that's passing the ball. That's not a good.
That's not necessarily true.
Throne. The Theon, man, that's a crazy name.
From Theon.
The Oubre to the Mavs or Zach LaVine to the Mavs. That's what I'm
Zach LaVine. You really think Zach LaVine gonna get traded to Dallas?
Can Zach
For,
LaVine and
for
Luka
who
play
though?
together? I don't
Who they
think so.
trade? Who they
I'm
trading
just
for like Green?
Zach and Luka
and then
is ball
everybody
dominant.
there's like 20 teams trying to get Tim Hardaway Jr. for whatever reason. So
I wouldn't
I'll
trade
give it
Tim
to
Hardaway.
Hardaway.
I ain't doing that.
Nah, I'll give it to Hardaway.
Zach
Kelly
LaVine
Oubre,
and Luka ball dominant.
Hardaway was one of the best 3-point shooters in the league last year, percentage wise.
I'm trying to get people off free agency. I ain't trying to do no trade. If I'm Mavericks, I'm doing shit. I'm doing things off of free
You think
agency.
they can get Fred VanVleet, Lamont?
Who's that?
They can
Fred
try
VanVleet?
to.
Hold
They
on.
can try to.
Dallas.
Why would they need him?
They already got too many guards on Dallas. They already got too many guards.
They can get rid
Yeah, you
of
right.
Tim Hardaway.
They got Trey Burke. They got Tim Hardaway.
No,
they got,
I'm not. Size wise, defensive wise, you losing.
That'll hurt you. Size wise, that'll kill you.
Yeah. What about Steph Curry?
I
mean, Steph Curry.
Steph Curry. They resign. First of all, they need to resign Steph Curry and Trey Burke. That's what they needed. They need to keep them.
I resigned both of them.
They got Willie Constine, so they good at. They solid at. They solid at big. They solid at. They need wings. That's what they really need. They need wings.
Yeah.
That's the number one. That's number one position they need is wings. So I would try to get Kelly, Oubre.
They could get Grant. That'd be a good pickup.
I think Crowder a free agent too. If they can steal Crowder somehow.
Solid. Yeah, that'll be solid.
If they get still Crowder, that'd be solid for them. He can play defense.
What up?
So what you want me to send that email?
Yeah, just shoot your information to that email address. You see it?
Just my name and my
name it. Name and email address, and I'm gonna send it over to Comerica as soon as we get off the live.
All right.
So True the King, if you're the big man, no. If you're the GM, who you getting in the draft?
For which team?
For the Celtics.
Yeah, I'm trading. If I'm for me, I'm trading up. Cause here's the thing about the Celtics, they got 3 picks in the first round, so they can trade up. I think they can trade up. To try to get if somehow they can get in that top 5 spot, maybe that's be hard.
Hey, if I was the Celtics, this is the year of the finesse. You can, since the value of these guys. The value of the players 1 through 15 is so unknown. The year with Gordon Hayward wanting to be out, I'm gonna try to do a sign and trade with some draft picks to try to get Andre Drummond. Somebody, I'm trying to get the Miles Turner from the Pacers.
That's what I'm saying. They got so many options. It's impossible for them to go wrong.
The Celtics don't have any more leeway to rely on the draft to get better.
Yeah,
they got as good as they could.
I'll take Drummond.
They can get a Miles Turner, and
that's why they so quiet. That's why they so quiet. Because it's like, what can you like? You know what I mean?
Yo, True the King.
Yo,
you know I've been hearing, bro. I've been hearing Drew Holiday to the Celtics for Kemba Walker.
That'd be stupid.
That's a bad trade. That's a bad trade.
Oh man,
that's a bad trade.
Hold on. We get some. Hold up. What? It's only one team in that shit. It's only just the Pelicans in that deal.
No, it's a multiple team trade.
That would have to be
break it
You
down.
gonna trade Kemba for Drew Holiday?
That's not. I'm not be mad at that, but I doubt that happens.
I think
I'll be mad at that.
It don't really make sense because you already have Marcus Smart. That kind of gets like redundant with Drew Holiday.
No, it won't. That'd be thought. I mean, Drew. I wouldn't be mad at that, but it's like I just doubt that happens.
Kemba's a better scorer though. True the King. He's a way better scorer than Drew Holiday.
You can have, but here's the thing. You still got Marcus. We got play. The thing is, we got. Here's the thing: we got play like Drew Holiday can play play make though.
Yeah.
So
Kemba Walker can't play make.
Check out this trade, True. I'm gonna tell you this trade is potentially for the Celtics. Tell me if you think it makes them better. It's a 3-team trade with the Celtics, with Celtics, Pacers, and Mavericks. And actually, I'm just gonna put it on the screen. That way, y'all can see it. Hold on, let me just screen share it. Let me just put it on the screen.
I need a Celtics plug. There's so many different options.
Tell me what you think about that right there.
Victor O'Deal for the Mavericks.
All right.
Wait.
I'm not mad at that. I ain't mad at that.
It could be better.
That works for everybody.
I ain't mad at that. and
that
we
would
still
make
got Carson. And we still got Carson. And we still got Carson Edwards. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
It's kind of like
Gordon
like
Hayward
Lamont
was
was
still in
saying.
Indiana. Romeo Lakers from Indiana.
No.
They get Tim Hardaway. Pacers would get crazy.
Doug McDermott can shoot the 3-ball.
Yeah, he's
Miles Turner and DeLon Wright. I like DeLon Wright coming off the bench for the Celtics. That would give you that.
He's 6'5". He can play. You can put him in car. You can put him playing the two. I mean, hey man, I like that. I like that.
And the Mavs get what they need on the wing. They get a Victor Oladipo. That's what the Mavs
We
need.
don't got to get rid of Robert Williams or Grant. We don't got to get rid of them. I like that.
DeLon Wright a beast too.
I ain't mad at that. That's good on all sides.
I like that. I honestly like that one right there. It makes
I
it
think
better.
Wright on the Celtics.
Next week, right?
Yeah, the Oladipo nice pickup for the Mavs.
Cause Victor basically they need that type of like perimeter defense. That's why I was like, cause Luka kind of like they got like a freestyle type of offense anyway. How they even because when it comes to positions,
Street ball offense.
so like cause Porzingis like what position Porzingis play? Center or power forward? Like what position?
Power forward.
He was a
You
four.
put him at power forward.
He can play 3, 4, or 5. Depending on the lineup you want to have.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They got so much of freestyle offense. I mean they will say like the Dallas need a wing, but and like
Yeah, like you said, they could go for Crowder.
yeah. I think they still could get Crowder though with Victor though.
Okay, I see you.
They could trade because Crowder a free agent. I think they can still they got the cap for that. They should get Crowder to come off the that'd be solid. Or Crowder to start.
Hey, True the King, would you take Jay Crowder over Marcus Smart?
Yeah.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
I think Jay Crowder averaged more points than
Tobias
Marcus Smart.
Harris to the Spurs.
Man, he ain't better no, but Jay Crowder ain't no better no Marcus Smart. We ain't doing that.
You don't think so?
We ain't doing that.
Lamont pulled up the blockbuster trade.
That's a blockbuster right there.
You have a whole seizure with that. That's on the table.
Y'all think the Bucks get better with that trade?
The Bucks ain't never getting better.
What? Heck yeah. They will get Oladipo and Chris Paul.
Oh my God, you got it. Bucks, I guarantee the Bucks shot make that trade right now. I guarantee you.
You know this would be a good trade because the Knicks get the worst out of this deal. Look at this. That works. That's what the Knicks usually get. They usually get the worst end of the deal.
I mean, that's not that
Who the
bad.
Bucks gonna trade? Hey, who the Bucks gonna trade for Chris Paul?
You said who the?
Okay, the Bucks are giving up Chris Middleton and Eric Bledsoe.
And for 2020 first round pick.
They give up how many points? They give up how many points? The Bucks is? Chris Middleton averaged like what, 20?
Victor averaged about 20.
What's up?
I've been hearing
Eric
the Bucks
Bledsoe averaged what, like 17, 15?
Hold on, your mic cut out. I couldn't hear you.
You're saying the Nets, Robert Covington, right?
No, I heard the Bucks want PJ Tucker or Robert Covington.
Okay. Oh, the Bucks.
I mean, I like Robert Covington on the Bucks. I don't necessarily like PJ Tucker. But
Robert
PJ Tucker's a floor spacer though for Giannis because he can that corner three. If he can make that pass consistently to the corner and hit PJ, he's
good at it. Yes, Giannis good at hitting the corner though. He them corner passes. He's ready for them corner passes.
He can hit those corner passes. He hits those.
They just got the players just got to make them. That's all. That's all. The players got to make them.
I think he should start playing center or no?
Giannis?
Yeah.
Giannis is always, he's going to defend. He's always going to defend the center, but he don't have to play center offensively.
I mean, it depends. I mean, he could play center, but it all depends on the team.
I feel like he should play full-time center.
This got to be the worst trade of all time. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's nasty. That's nasty. That's disgusting. That's nasty. That's nasty, bro.
They too.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. They gotta go back to Minneapolis, yo. It's the Lakers do that. They gotta go back to the Minneapolis.
I would definitely expect LA to riot.
Yeah, it's some 2K type shit. This when you override the trade on 2K.
Hey yo, you gotta go to. They gotta be called a minute. They gotta go back to Minneapolis Lakers after that, man. They gotta go back to blue jerseys.
Oh man,
Evan Turner, wow. That man's making 20.
You legit. That's a reason to stop being a fan of a team. Like you over stuff like that. That's a reason to stop being a fan of a team.
So how you feel about Nick?
James Harden.
Who is that right there? Robert Williams for who?
Where? Right here?
Yeah.
I think it's for a draft pick.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Did I do that to the king?
What?
Look what you're giving up.
What?
Oh,
What? Hell no. They trip. They on dope.
I wish they had like a realistic.
Shit, y'all did that to the Nets some years back.
Not for the 5 pick. I'd do that for like the 1 or the 2. Not for the 5.
I do that for you. Do that for the number. You may do it for like at least number 1. But I ain't.
The Spurs, no, thank you.
I can't believe nobody's.
Oh, Jay's hold up. Rockets for Jay. Hold up.
Hold on. Which one? Which one?
Jay's Harden on the Celtics. That's hold up. That's a hold up.
Everybody. What are you talking about?
Where though? I didn't
see it on below. Keep going. Keep scrolling down.
Oh,
keep scrolling down.
Right there.
Marcus Smart, Jalen Brown.
Oh yeah. I mean, y'all making that trade.
I ain't gonna hold you. Hold on. Wait.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was just like Jalen and Marcus.
No,
it'd be idiots do all that.
No, that's a little too much. That's a little too much now.
That's y'all whole bench.
They make this trade. The Celtics gonna need to sign you and fill out the bench. You might be on that roster.
Get ready to hold bench.
Hey, we got James Harden. I ain't gonna hold you though. Somehow we get James Harden. We is winning the championship. I ain't gonna hold you.
Man, stop, man.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Stop.
Hey, True the King.
Without sacrificing too much, we get James Harden. We win the championship. I don't want to talk
about. James Harden ain't carrying that championship.
Lamar, this trade.
James Harden 23. True the King.
Tatum.
He shoot too much. James Harden shoot too much.
Whoa.
Spurs too. I'll take Chris Paul for James Harden. I'll take Chris Paul, but not James Harden.
I like this trade right
Yo, Sixers still be the same team though. That's the crazy thing about it though. They be a little bit better. They won't even get better with this though.
They got a bad coach on the Sixers.
If the Sixers do this trade, it gives them a plus 21 in projected wins.
No, I don't like it.
That's a lie.
They got a bad
I don't even believe that. That's a lie.
I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
a lie. Hold on. That's 70 games. That's 70. That's like 70 wins.
Lamont.
Yeah, what up?
I actually have been hearing Patty Mills to the Sixers for Josh Richardson.
They need. I ain't gonna hold you though. They need shooting though, bad. I'm not mad at that. No, they definitely need shooting. They definitely need shooting.
Get Patty Mills.
I wouldn't trade Josh. He play D.
You need JaVale McGee to take the pressure.
He doesn't have enough shooting though.
McGee not even gonna get in the game though. McGee not even better getting. McGee better gonna get in the game. So I don't know why.
He got more shooting than Thibault right now.
I guarantee you, if JaVale get on the Sixers, he'll better get in the game. Cause you got Al Horford still there.
Yeah, we still got Embiid and Horford.
Humble champion. Who you talking about? Not a top 5 defender. Who you talking about?
They got too many guards. They got too many point guards. Well, they got Shake. They got Shake.
Who are you talking about?
He's talking about Drew Holiday. That's not a true
statement. You sound stupid as hell.
Yeah, that's not true.
Hold on. Say something. They say I'm capping. BJ said I'm capping. How I'm capping? If somehow we don't have to sacrifice much and get James Harden the Celtics, we win the championship. I don't know what you talking about.
James Harden shoot too many shots to win the championship, man.
Hey, he playing with a coach. He playing with the best coach he ever played with.
Who y'all gonna be in the West though? Hey, True the King. Who y'all be in the West?
Anybody that's won the Western Conference Final.
Who y'all gonna be in the West if y'all were to get to the final? Who y'all beat?
Anybody is there.
You gotta play LeBron. You gotta play Kawhi. You gotta play the Nuggets. You gotta play all the Mavericks.
Hold on, you got
the Nuggets is not going to the finals. Bro.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. Hold up. The Nuggets.
I feel like they're gonna regress next year.
I can see that. Who's regressing?
Unless
they got signed Grant back. They got signed Grant back.
Lose Grant probably.
Yo, Lamont, did you see DeMar DeRozan to the Lakers for Danny Green?
That's a good trade right there. That's a
Like,
good trade.
I know, but like
That's
it's
a
like
good trade.
it's a real
I'll trade
report.
Danny Green.
I've been saying that for weeks. I said that like 2 weeks ago that I
You
think
think-
DeMar DeRozan. I think the Lakers are trying to get him. I said that like 2 weeks ago. I don't
He
know
ain't
how.
good.
I don't like that, bro.
I don't know how.
I'll
but I think
trade Danny
trying
Green
to
for free.
Nah,
Yeah,
they got philosophy. Nah, they got if DeMar DeRozan there, you could tell that they got a certain philosophy that they gonna go off.
But
LeBron
DeRozan already said he'd take less money though. See,
LeBron-
that's the thing.
LeBron-
That's
So
when I
they bringing another shooter though. When they do that, they still are bringing another shooter.
If they get DeMar DeRozan, LeBron's gonna start sitting out just a little bit more.
Yeah,
When they still got free, and don't they still got and Lamont. If they did make that trade, then they still got like cap space.
what the middle level acceptance.
what trade was that? What trade are you talking about?
The DeMar
He
DeRozan.
said we get DeMar.
All day,
Let me find out. Hold on, because with this trade right here, it tells you how much cap space they're gonna eat up. So right here, they'll gain 4.6 million in cap. So it'll hurt them. It won't really help. This will only help.
I thought you get like, but I don't know if they get DeMar DeRozan. They got
They win the
philosophy.
championship.
They'll
win the
definitely be in the
championship.
luxury tax if they get him. I would go into the luxury tax for DeMar DeRozan.
They gonna win the championship if they sign DeMar.
Kimba,
They gonna win the championship.
Oh yeah,
Back to back.
Ooh,
They going back to back.
like
Nah.
this. I like that.
that ain't bad though. That ain't bad.
Oh.
I like it for the
Josh
Celtics. I
Hart.
don't like it for the Pelicans.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, they gotta switch that trade up just a little bit.
Nah, the Pelicans. Nah, that won't be bad because Kimba is an off ball. You can put him off ball scoring and you can Alonzo run the show. That won't be that bad.
Y'all take Josh.
That's horrible.
You
bro.
take Josh Hart,
Nah.
Trudy King?
Huh?
You
Yeah,
take Josh
coming
Hart?
off that 14.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come off that 14 pick if I'm doing this.
Bro, anybody can use a player like Josh Hart.
He could be $6 million a year.
Yeah, he plays
Where's his
role
play
well.
time gonna be?
Pelicans
who you
defense
trading
will be
for him?
worse with that trade than they was this year.
Yeah.
What we get Drew, man? We
Their
get
defense
Drew
will be
Holiday.
horrible.
We get Drew Holiday and Marcus Smart on the set. Man, listen,
I'll take Drew Holiday, but I ain't gonna take Josh Hart.
you got
I'll
two
take Drew
point
Holiday.
guards. You literally got the most. You really
We
got
already
the
got Marcus
two.
Smart already.
Nah,
got
but here's the
Marcus
thing. What you mean? That makes it even better. Listen, you got 2 point guards that can guard 1 to 4. Legit, 1 to 4.
You call Marcus Smart a point guard?
Yeah, you're a point guard.
Marcus Smart played D.
On
Marcus Smart played D.
Marcus Smart
He
is a
played
point
point guard
guard.
in college.
No,
Did he play point guard in
This how you
college?
know
Trudy
this
King?
how you know this.
Yeah, he played point guard in college. Yeah.
Nick fan
He
made
played
this
point guard in
trade.
we
college.
not talking about Oklahoma State.
Look, a Nick
I'm
fan
looking-
made this trade. Oh my
He
god.
played point guard. He came in though. I mean, he listed as a shooting guard now, but he came in as a point guard.
That's
Wow.
Boston
he came in
person.
as a point guard.
Hold on, that's
Now
his
he wasn't
crazy.
one this year.
Nick fan made this trade. A Nick fan had to have created this one.
Oh yeah, they added Harden. Yeah, they're tweaking.
Look, Harden and Westbrook.
Yeah, like oh man, that's
Yeah, out
He
of
get-
pocket.
They still
Nick
gonna
fans.
suck.
They out of pocket.
The Knicks
Yeah, I
still
want
gonna
to see what's
suck.
gonna happen with Westbrook though.
The Knicks gonna
Yeah,
suck with Harden and Westbrook.
where y'all think Aaron Gordon going?
I don't know.
bro. But I know he's on the move though.
I'll
Good
sign him
team.
to Boston. I'll sign Eric
I
Gordon.
hope he go to Golden State.
Man, we don't Boston. We don't even know Eric. We don't
Golden
need
State said
Eric.
them talks with
Eric
Orlando
Gordon
was
beast
dead.
though.
I
Eric
hope he
Gordon
did.
beast.
We don't need no
Yeah,
Eric.
Golden State already came out and said that. That's
Yeah.
dead.
That man even can't win a dunk contest. Why we need no Aaron Gordon?
He got
can't win a
cheated.
dunk
He got
contest.
cheated. You know that. Hey, Trudy King, he got
Oh
cheated, bro.
man, he can't win a dunk
Rudy
contest.
He
Gobert
got
to the
cheated. He got
Warriors?
cheated in that dunk contest, man.
No, I wouldn't mind Aaron Gordon to the Timberwolves, something like that.
That's a lot. Warriors would have to give up a lot to make that happen.
That's not gonna happen. But
Whoa.
Nah, this trade not going through.
Ooh, you gave her a Pascal and Wiggins.
Hell no.
Cool, yeah.
That
Ain't that-
ain't happening. That ain't happening. Hell no.
Rudy Gobert.
The Jazz, I like that. That's good for the Jazz. That's good
Yeah.
for the Jazz.
The Jazz get everything. The Jazz get a
Yeah.
center.
Oh my God.
The Jazz get better by far.
Hold on. They can get LaMelo Ball. Oh my God.
the
They can
Jazz,
get
LaMelo.
Yeah,
They
get
get
rid of
LaMelo
that
Ball.
trade.
Oh my God. They can get LaMelo Ball. That
That would be great for the Jazz.
man. They may go to Western Conference Finals for that team.
Lamar,
I
you know what trade
They got you the king, man.
They
I don't
may
see
go
the
to Western
Warriors.
Conference Finals.
Warriors ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that.
If they did
The
that,
Jazz
they
ain't beating-
did
the
that. The
Jazz
Jazz
ain't beating no top
doing.
team.
You're right. They did that. Jazz going to the Western Conference Finals. I called it.
Who they gonna beat to get there?
I'll
Who
take
they
your
beating to
money
get
too.
there?
Anybody besides the
The
Lakers.
Jazz can't beat the Mavericks.
Listen, LaMelo, Donovan Mitchell, you got Bajan.
Nah, I agree with
That's gonna
Gold
be
Mike.
the
I like
Mavericks.
this right here. I like this one. I like
That's
this one right here.
realistic.
Okay, Jordan. I see you, Jordan.
Oh, but look,
Team Jordan. Team Jordan.
I don't like
you think Jordan really gonna trade Devontae Graham now?
He's not
I
trading.
would.
Hey.
It's gonna be
What
great.
pick? What pick? Hold on. What pick Charlotte got this year?
Third.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want
Get another
Westbrook on
guard.
that
Hey,
team.
get another guard.
It's gonna be great.
Why would you want Westbrook
No,
though?
you get Russell Westbrook and you draft Wiseman.
Nah, bro. I
You
see.
want Westbrook on that team?
You get a player. You get another player.
I don't
And they
want
got cap
Westbrook
space
on
to
that
sign a
team.
lot of people. They got
That's
cap
what I do. That's that bad. That's not that bad. You think about it. That ain't that necessarily that bad.
Nah,
Trade for
bro.
Westbrook?
Graham.
Nah, they trying to make the playoff. Listen, if you want to make the playoff and try to be relevant, you do this. You can do this trade.
What about Graham
Charlotte
and Russ at the 2?
And they got cash space. So
They ain't beat nobody no way. So
he team Jordan. He team Jordan anyway.
Man, who is this? He tripping.
the Hornets ain't beat
Hornets.
nobody. The
Man
Hornets
said
ain't beat
Bernard
nobody.
King. He said a prime Bernard King. He probably didn't see Bernard King play.
Bernard King way better than James Harden. He said that
Oh man, stop trolling.
Go Mike, yo,
Bernard King way better than James Harden.
Go Mike. You gotta chill out, man.
Bernard King a beast. What y'all talking about?
Hold on.
He ain't no
Nah,
James
you not good. I don't even want to say that because I know you capping. You saying that, dog. You don't even believe that.
Bernard King play both ends.
I ain't mad you. I'm not mad you. I'm not mad, yo. I'm not mad you said Bernard King very hard, but you just I know you capping though. That's
Can you be
the
mad at me for that? Can you be mad at me for that, though? Bernard King was no scrub, man. Bernard King was no scrub.
Hey, go Mike. As soon as you got up there, as soon as you lost the debate, man, you went and made a video, said you was trolling the whole time.
Bernard King a beast, bro.
Man, you the same.
Bernard King a
He
beast.
the same person that said KG wasn't.
Didn't he win a championship? Didn't he win a championship?
Hell no.
Bernard King? He didn't win a championship? He didn't go to the finals? He didn't go to the finals?
He wasn't on the team,
bro. He trolling.
He didn't go to the finals?
Nah.
No, bro.
Bernard King a beast, bro.
Bernard King is a
I respect.
beast.
I respect Bernard King because
I edge James Harden over Bernard King though.
Come on, bro.
Jay Harden choke every year. You'll take
Man,
that
Bernard
every year?
King not even nowhere near top 50 all time.
I don't know. You go.
Bernard King ain't top 50.
I ain't saying that.
No top 50
You
all
trolling.
time.
James Harden not top 50. James Harden ain't top 50 either. Then
Bernard King ain't. Bernard King ain't top 50.
Sounds stupid.
I ain't putting James Harden top 50.
He not. You
Jay Harden ain't top 50. You trolling.
True the King, bro. Come on, bro.
Y'all trolling.
I already killed.
Jay Harden is top 50.
True the
Jay Harden is top 50.
I already killed that debate. I killed like 5 people.
Jay Harden. Hey, Jay Harden is top 50.
50 players better than Harden.
I want a whole debate. Hold on. I think Manu Ginobili. Hold on. I think Manu Ginobili better than James Harden. Manu Ginobili not even top 50.
No, True the King. No, bro.
Jay Harden is top 50.
Come on, True the King. You're trolling.
King said I'm trolling.
I'm not trolling.
I'm trolling. Y'all said I'm trolling.
I'm not trolling. Hey, yo,
You said Bernard King top 50,
bro.
but James Harden not top 50.
He's been saying that for a while. I don't believe it, but
I don't think Bernard King necessarily top 50 either, though. That's why
top 50. Bernard King top 50.
No, he not. He not.
I don't think
he won the best.
No. Come on, you now, Jay, you trying to be disrespectful now. I don't agree to that. I agree to that. You just saying that though.
Better than Bernard King besides Walt Frazier.
Bernard King over Carmelo.
Hell no, I won't.
I believe that alone.
I'll take Melo over Bernard King.
Didn't have Melo top 75. Bleacher Report.
I'll take Melo over Bernard King. I'll take Melo over Bernard King.
Why is that?
You said what?
Melo is a way better scorer than Bernard King.
That's not even true. That's not even true.
Way better.
That's not even true.
Melo's
I ain't never seen Bernard King play like
offensive
that.
Game. Melo's offensive game is way better than Bernard King. Offensive game
is
sick, bro.
That man Bernard King tore his ACL and still averaged 28 in 1990.
Melo can shoot the three. Melo can make threes. Melo can post up.
How many times he won the scoring title?
Melo got a whole scoring package.
Hey, hold up.
You're not gonna
That
leave it.
man Bernard King averaged like over 24 points in like 3 eras, like 3
And
decades.
what did Miller average? Damn near
Melo
30.
averaging, and he
Miller averaged
around
damn near
24.
30.
Hey, yo, Bernard King was
Miller
cold. I'm
averaged.
looking at his numbers. Hold up. That man was cold.
Miller
That
in his
man
prime.
averaged.
33 in one
But did
season.
he?
He averaged
How many
33.
Miller in
times he
his
went to the
prime,
playoffs
damn
for
near
them years
30.
though? How many
Hey, yo,
times he
that
went to the
man
Right.
playoffs?
fall like
Hold
4 or
on.
5 times. Hold
All
up.
right
I'm gonna
then,
tell you.
Melo
I'm gonna
been
tell
to
you
the
what Bernard.
playoffs. His whole prime,
I
he was
give
in the
you, I
playoffs.
give you that. But here's the thing,
Hold
though.
on.
He played in the '80s, where it was like you got this. I mean, ain't
I'm gonna
making no
tell you.
excuses, but
Hold on.
Stop it, bro.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what Bernard King did to Pistons in
Hey,
2000.
Ultimate
I mean,
said this is a
1984.
Harden hating session. We ain't hating on Harden.
Nah, I'm
I
gonna
said
tell you
Howard
what.
top
Nah,
50.
hold
I
on.
don't
I'm
hate
gonna
on Harden. Listen,
hold on.
James Harden the best shooter going to the NBA. I'm not
Hold
hating. I
on.
don't hate on. I
Hold
Yeah.
just
on.
simply
Hold on.
said that
Hold on.
we had Harden on the Celtics, we would win the
Hold on, bro.
championship.
Hold on.
Is
Hold on.
Harden
Hold on.
better than Klay Thompson, Trudy
Hold on.
King?
Yeah, he better.
Yeah,
Hold
Yeah.
on. Hold on.
He
Hold
better
on.
than
Hold
Klay
on.
Thompson in shooting.
Yo. Hold
no,
on.
but he's a better
Go,
player.
go, go, Mike. Go, Mike. I'm gonna tell you what Bernard King did to Pistons in 1984. He averaged in that series.
What?
He averaged 42.6 points, 8
God,
rebounds, and 3 assists. On the Pistons,
Who
on
was he?
Isaiah
Who was
Thomas
he
and the
playing
Pistons.
against?
He playing against Isaiah Thomas and the Pistons. They were the 4th seed.
but people will
Honestly,
tell you
Bernard King not even better than the Iceman George Gervin.
he
I
not, he
mean,
not, he not, he
Y'all
not,
saying
he
Bernard
not
King
He
though.
better
not
than
even nowhere
Melo?
He
near
not.
Jordan level.
Hold
you
on.
Y'all
say
saying
that.
Bernard
You say
King
that
better
like
than
it's a
Melo?
bad
Bernard
thing.
King didn't play that long, did he? Wasn't
No,
this?
because he had injuries.
I
Yeah.
thought
Who
he
you
had
talking about?
alcohol
You
problems, bro.
talking about
Melo
Bernard
played
King?
longer than Bernard King. Melo played longer.
Nah, Bernard King though was different though. Bernard King averaged over 24 in like
Melo
three
played
different
longer though.
decades.
Bro.
Melo played longer. Melo played longer. He's still playing
Hold
right
up,
Melo
now.
been
but
averaging 20 since he been in the league.
hold up though. This is
Melo got
impressive. Hold up,
longevity though.
hold
I
up.
like this.
This man averaged 24 and 78. 80 in 1980, he averaged 30, like 85, averaged 32.9. In 1991, I didn't know he was an all-star in 1991. That's crazy. Averaged 28.4.
He was
Hold on, we
putting
got
up
That's
empty
crazy.
stats, bro.
we got
Ooh,
social
Melo got
here.
Garbage
longevity
time
though.
points.
Melo got
What's good, Anti?
longevity. Melo played
What
way
up,
longer.
Anti?
Garbage time points.
What up, Ansar? What's good?
Good, man.
Yo, I just dropped that. I just dropped the Dirk Bird and KG video too on my channel.
Oh
I just
Man,
dropped
shit.
that
stop,
joint.
bro. Stop it.
I just dropped
I'm gonna
that
check that
joint.
out after this.
Check that out, boy.
I actually, the funny part is that I could disagree with you. I disagree with you.
You the only person that believe that, Trudy King.
I disagree with you.
Dirk Bird and KG,
No,
man.
he not.
No,
No,
he's
he's
not.
not. No, he's
No, he's
not.
not. No, he's not.
It's
Listen, so y'all didn't watch the 2002 playoffs where he outplayed that man?
You talking about? Let's talk about 07, bro. Coming off the finals. What happened?
So you gonna talk about that one time, right? So when we act like
You want to keep talking about one?
okay, that's fine. Okay, I give you that, right? And I give you that. Okay, no excuses on that, right? So wasn't the Timberwolves in 04 got better record than the Lakers?
Yeah, they was number one in the West.
Okay, and they lost, right?
Bro, you talking about, man.
And they lost, right? And they lost, right? Hold up. I'm gonna give you another one too. Hold up. So wasn't the Celtics up 3-2 against Miami in 2012?
Yeah, man. You talking about a beat up man? You talking about an old ass Celtics
He
team?
averaged
They're on their finals
19.
legs.
KG
They was
averaged
on their final.
19.
Man,
KG averaged
he was on
19
his
in the
finals
playoffs.
legs. He was on his
KG
final
averaged
legs.
19 in the
He was
playoffs.
on his final legs.
Come on, man. KG averaged 19. Dirk was still a top 5 power forward at the time. When Dirk, yeah, exactly. You say it again. Say it again. He was on his last legs when Dirk was still a top 5.
He ain't
Come
never
on, man.
lost to no 8th seed though. He ain't never lost to no 8th seed.
Man, I know he wasn't a factor when he left Celtics. He was playing like a bum on Brooklyn. That man fell off so bad. That man fell off so bad. He made a new role, mentor. That's why you see what Dodgers doing. You see what the Dodgers have them doing. You see what the Dodgers have them doing now. That was KG paid that new role. What Jared Dudley was doing, KG did that.
Y'all should do a debate for money. Y'all should debate for money.
He's scared.
I just watch my video. Just watch my video. I ain't scared of what? Scared what? I debate. Listen, I debate anybody, man.
Sound like a challenge to Mila, man. You hear me?
He don't want that smoke.
Man, listen,
I didn't have to end the stream here in a few minutes, I would. But we about to
we could do that tomorrow.
Man,
Get your facts
Jamal.
straight. That man. So why if KG so better than Dirk, then why he only averaged 24 points a game on him in 2002, and Dirk was killing him averaging 33?
See,
Why is that? Tell me that.
Bro. We already know Dirk the better offensive
No, but I'm just
player.
saying. But you said Dirk couldn't play no defense. He only could average 24 points a game on him.
KG
But
top
why?
15 all time.
But why? But why was
He's
Dirk
not even
killing him?
close.
So Dirk was killing KG, wasn't he, in 2002?
Man, you talking
was he
about,
killing him?
Man, when
was he
Steve
killing
Nash
him?
on the team?
Now we're making excuses. Yeah, Steve
When he
Nash
had
on the team.
MVP
Nobody,
Steve Nash on the team?
Nobody would even care about Steve Nash like that. He was on
Steve
Dallas.
Nash was an all-star in Dallas, man. Stop the excuses.
Man, listen, Dirk was still the best pro on his team. When Dirk was winning on the Mavericks, he was the best pro on that team. That's a fact. That was a fact.
Man,
That man was a better player performing than KG. You can't argue that.
He one of the worst defensive players of all time, man.
You know what's funny? You said that he's 29th in defensive win shares. So that line, that's a lie. That's a lie. He's 29 defensive win shares. Go look it up.
Put Dirk in Minnesota, and what would have happened? Put Dirk in Minnesota.
He would win. He would have won. He would have won.
He would never have made that man would have made the playoffs.
He would have won. He never demanded a trade.
Michael Sykes. Jordan
KG way better than Dirk. Who said Dirk better than
man,
KG?
Man, you be trolling.
KG way better than Dirk. KG played both sides of the ball. What you talking about?
At an elite level.
KG played both sides.
No, KG was not
played both
elite.
sides of the ball.
I don't know if he was elite like Dirk offensively.
He wasn't.
KG played both ends of the court.
Average 24 points a game. So I mean,
KG played both
sides.
sides.
He wasn't. He was nowhere near as scorer as Dirk though.
Dirk didn't play no D. KG played D.
Yo, y'all gotta stop lying. Y'all gotta stop lying saying he didn't play no type of defense whatsoever. He was never a liability on the court.
Not like KG.
Anybody
got one chip.
Anybody that watched basketball, how he was a liability. Anybody that watched Dirk Nowitzki know he was never a liability.
There was a liability on defense.
How anybody is paying no hold on. Anybody's paying no. How you a liability when you how you a liability when you
bro? Steven Jackson said
I'll take it.
First of all, Steven Jackson is not even a Hall of Famer. First of all, you talking about a dude that would never be in the Hall of Fame.
Steven Jackson played more D than Dirk.
You talking about a dude that would never. You talking about a role player. So you gonna give you give me information of a role player.
He lost to a team bunch of role players in 07.
Tyson Chandler played better D than
if Dirk was soft, then how he beat that Miami team in 2011? You don't even make any sense.
It's called.
You don't make no sense.
It's called hit a bunch of threes.
20-year career. He had
that man soft. That man stayed. Listen. You would never heard anybody. You never heard Dirk demand no type of trade whatsoever.
Man,
you never heard that man stayed on.
Dirk
Come
didn't
on.
play in Minnesota. That's why. When KG
That's
left.
facts.
Bruh, Minnesota
Dirk had a better
hasn't
team.
made the playoffs since KG left, bro. Outside of
that man, bro. Minnesota was so bad. Minnesota was so bad. Minnesota was so bad that he was happy to have Terrell Brandon and Sam Cassell.
Come on, man.
Minnesota
they haven't made the playoffs since he
Minnesota
left.
was trash.
Hey,
Minnesota
they haven't
was
made the playoffs since he left.
That's
bro.
not even true. Because Jimmy Butler done made the playoffs. That ain't true.
KG carried Minnesota. KG carried Minnesota.
Right, and then did he carry the team in Boston? No, he did not. He did not carry. Did he carry? Did he carry the team? Did he carry the team in Boston?
No.
He played both.
Okay, then that's all. That's all it
is. They wouldn't have won.
He played both sides of the court, though.
I didn't say that, but did he? Okay, who was the main? Okay, who was the main reason why
he was the reason why they even got to the finals, bro? What are you saying?
Did he? Where his Finals MVP trophy at? Because where's Finals MVP trophy?
You want to talk about?
KG was the anchor on the defense. KG was the anchor on defense.
Exactly.
For the
why he wasn't? But why? Okay, I'm gonna tell you the two people that outplayed it that played better in that finals was Paul Pierce, of course, the NBA Finals MVP, and Ray Allen. It wasn't KG.
Offensive.
KG played both sides, nigga.
Hey, don't forget Rondo.
Hey, yo, you need to stop. Y'all gotta stop using this both sides argument when it's convenient too. Y'all gotta really stop doing that. Y'all please stop using this both side argument. Please stop. Hey, yo, I'm gonna tell you, first of all, okay, so is Gary Payton better than Stephen Curry? No. What are you talking about?
You're talking about one side though.
No, I mean, but you can't use that both sides when it's argument.
You keep using one side though.
I don't not using one side. You saying Dirk was a liability. He wasn't a liability.
What kind of GM taking Dirk over KG?
None.
What kind of
GM taking Dirk over KG?
Lie GMs.
No, they not.
KG and
Elijah,
they
you know,
KG and
answer
they
this question.
palm. What the fuck?
Hold up. First of all, did he get drafted to the Timberwolves?
They were trash.
Did he
Trash.
win? Did he win? Did they win a
Bruh, you
championship?
don't
Hold
understand.
They was
on.
trash.
Timberwolves,
Minnesota
The
has
Wolves was trash.
Minnesota ain't never been
trash
good
because
outside
of
of
Kevin
KG,
McHale.
dog.
Kevin McHale did that crazy stuff with Joe Smith.
Exactly.
And they lost a whole bunch of draft picks and money, and it handicapped the organization. And that's why they couldn't really get better because they got caught trying to make under the table deals.
Exactly.
Hey,
But why
hey,
they had
Lamont,
to but here's the
Lamont.
thing. Why they had to make under the deal? Why they had to make under the table deals if KG was that good? Great.
And why would you try to make an
Who
under
you
the table
taking,
deal with
Lamont?
Joe Smith? He was
Now you
Who you
saying
taking?
now you trying to question his greatness.
No, I'm just saying
Who you
though.
taking,
just
I'm just
Lamont?
question his
not.
Hey,
greatness.
Lamont.
Hold
Hey,
up,
Lamont.
but
Who you
hold
taking,
up, but
KG
y'all
or Dirt?
it's dirt.
Oh
Dirk is
man,
not
I'm gonna go with
bro.
Dirk.
Dirt
It's
don't play for the
dirt. Dirt
team.
got That's a
Dirt
lie.
don't.
Y'all gotta
Oh
stop lying.
God.
Man.
Hey yo,
He
all
had
jokes
all them
aside, y'all
role
gotta
players
stop
while he won.
lying.
He had all
KG
them
one of
role
the only
players.
players with 25,000 points.
KG played with better players. JG had better talent and won just as much as Dirk did
You
with less
talking about
talent.
let's talk
Dirk
about
did more with less. When KG had less, he couldn't get him over the hump.
man.
Exactly.
Minnesota ain't shit without KG.
Dallas ain't shit without Dirk.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He
that's
made
it.
In the
Dallas.
80s,
That
they was
man
what? Man, you talking about a fucking trash ass expansion team in the Minnesota Timberwolves. They don't got no Hall
They
of
had
Famers.
Stephon Marbury. They had a good team
Can you
out there.
name any
Yo, that
history
man
before
had
Kevin
talent.
Garnett?
Stephon Marbury
Can
was
y'all
better than
name any
Steve
history
Nash.
before Kevin Garnett?
Stephon Marbury better than Steve Nash at the time. What are you
Hold on,
Name
talking
any
about?
Hall of Famers. Name
They
any
had
Hall of
Latrell
Famers from
Sprewell and them
Minnesota.
boys. They had a nice team
And
out there.
Sam
Latrell
Cassett.
Sprewell in the Hall of Fame?
Come on. He was a very good player. He was top of his position.
Is he a Hall
He
of
was
Famer?
he was top he was top 5 in his
Come on,
position.
man.
He was top 5 in his position at the time. Say he wasn't.
Dallas was in the Western Conference Finals in the 80s, bro. Stop, man. You can't even
What that's supposed to mean?
bro.
Hey, okay, all that being said, Dirk is the greatest Dallas Maverick player of all time.
Yeah, that's it.
That's true.
He's the greatest European
not
player of all
impressive.
time too.
That's not impressive being the
How that's
greatest
not
Dallas
impre-
Maverick.
how that's not
It's not
impressive?
impressive being the greatest Dallas Maverick of all time. It's not.
Okay. And being so you trying to tell me being the best player in Timberwolves history is more impressive than being the greatest player in
I
Mavericks
never
history.
said that.
Oh,
There you go.
okay. I'm just saying.
I never said it was impressive. I tell you, leading that franchise for like leading that franchise for like 7-8 years.
Hold on, is KG a
impressive
top
than
10?
Dirk.
Is KG a top 5 Celtics of all time, or top 10?
You top 10.
I'm almost done editing my video, Lev. I'm almost
He top 10.
done.
He top what? You say he top what? He top 10.
He didn't play that long enough.
Yeah, I was partially editing because
He
it's
didn't
slow
play that
today.
long.
If he was at
Name 10 Celtics.
okay, I'm gonna kill that. What you mean? What you
Name 10
mean? Name Rondo, Bear Soldier, and KG, Ray Allen.
No, he wasn't.
Paul
Ray
Pierce.
Allen, come on, man. You can't say
Ray
Ray Allen
Allen,
is better
Paul
Celtics.
Pierce.
You can't say Ray Allen is
we
better
gonna have
Celtics.
the head-to-head debate to start tomorrow off. We're gonna have a head-to-head debate with Trudy King and Jason Brown.
It's gonna be a murder scene. It's gonna be a murder scene.
Hey, make sure y'all show up early because we're gonna start the show with the head-to-head debate. But for now, we got to shut it down. I got to get up out of here. Got some stuff to do, man. Appreciate everybody hopping in the chat today. But we're gonna be back with some new topics. Hopefully, I have some more trade news for y'all tomorrow. I hear some stuff is probably gonna be going down tomorrow afternoon. So hopefully, we have some stuff to talk about with that. Tomorrow's probably gonna be outside of the debate. We probably gonna focus on football. So if you're a football fan and you want to touch on that, make sure you show up tomorrow.
Yeah, my page is not making the playoffs,
We
man.
gonna do
I know,
that the battle rap show.
I told Bees I was gonna do that this weekend. We're gonna do the battle rap show this weekend.
Yeah.
Definitely get that one.
Yeah,
Get
so
that nigga Rex.
I'm a big battle rap fan, man. I was
that nigga Rex.
Yeah,
I got
my guy Surf.
I got the cake. You a Surf
I ain't
fan?
gonna lie.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
I love
I'm
Surf.
gonna leave that.
I hate that
I'm
little
leave that
dude, dog.
alone. I'm leave that alone, man.
You
He
hate
is
who?
trash.
Anti, you
That
came
nigga
on
stay
late,
loose.
Anti?
Who
That
trash?
nigga stay loose.
DJ, I ain't going nowhere.
You said
Hey,
Surf
listen,
Anti,
my
you came on
man.
late?
Hey, my man Dot Home.
Man, what my fucking Dot, nigga?
Dot
Fuck
fired. Dot
Dot
fired,
is
man.
trash. That's the same nigga talking about you got to get on the umbrella.
Hold on, anti. What did he say?
No sense, nigga.
Anti. This one, if you forget, he said this. He said, "I put him in a." He put him in the sky in a box next to Stuart Scott. Like what? That was crazy.
That dude is
That's
trash.
low-key
That was
disrespectful.
That dude is
that
horrible.
was crazy.
That dude is horrible, Lamont.
Listen, Dot is
nigga-
fired, man.
That nigga trash and that nigga Sue Surf.
Nigga, you let 40 bars kill you. Get the fuck out my face.
Yeah,
Nigga.
Surf
How
been
y'all
on
feel
the
about
decline. I ain't
Tay-Rock?
gonna
You
lie.
let 40 bars kill you. Fuck out my
Tay Rock
face, dog.
just got killed too by Murder Mook. I saw
He did.
Surf focusing on music, man.
Mook the
Get your
goat.
ass out of battle rap then. Nigga, you making yourself look
Yeah,
bad now then.
Mook the goat though, man.
All right,
Mook the
hey, we're
goat.
gonna do the
Nah,
battle
Lady
rap
Luck.
Saturday. Tomorrow we got football. Hey, for now, we about to get up out of here. Salute to the chat, man.
All
Appreciate
right,
y'all.
salute.